be live now. Oh, why are the cameras fucked? No! I didn't know until I saw. The hell is this? How do I fix? Am I not?
You did stop streaming your screen.
Oh my god, I didn't mean to
That's
stop
probably what did
streaming
it.
my screen. There we go. That probably might have fixed it, maybe. Perhaps. I won't know until I look right now. There we go, it's there. Ugh. Anyhow, hello and welcome to Rolltail. I'm Sebastian from Sebastian Plays This. Today we're joined by Gnome of Invention, Buttsy Content, and Sharkbait0828. Hope everyone's doing good. Trevor might be joining, Ethan might be joining. We'll kind of see. It is Tuesday, and this is how it goes. Last time you guys... What?
Fighters.
Yeah, fighters, am I
Goddamn.
right?
Yeah.
They go missing for 3 years in some
What
caves.
they do off doing their hair.
Yeah. But anyhow, last time you guys played, you guys were spending the night at the mansion owned by Darcius, who is a kind of like wealthy minor noble in the United Archon theocracy. Yeah, anyone else want to summarize what happened? Because I know there's been a lot of weird shit that happened, but I don't know how to summarize that.
Love triangle.
Yes.
The century.
Yes. Small love triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Most important love triangle.
Uhtred lost his gag reflex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Irrelevant to the love triangle.
But
It's questionable.
it sparked a conversation.
Yes.
Let's see. There's something going on with Darcius and his retinue, like his servants, and don't know about his daughter, but definitely with him and his servants, they've got some kind of potion that they're gonna run out of soon, and we don't really know what the extent of that is. And also, this is only stuff that Uhtred knows because the rest of us are asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Well-
You do know that when Uhtred took a potion that he was given, it transformed him into looking like a human, and he immediately had to go to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he lost his gag reflex. And then we got super sidetracked by that. Let's see, anything else I can think of. Really the big things. Would you guys be doing anything else during the night? I know that Myth and Elfie were kind of having like a girls' sleepover night. And Ollie kind of had an interesting conversation with somebody, and we'll see if she ever tells the party about it.
Ooh. Acting like we didn't hear all of it.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah, I figured, you know, I forget things a lot and I'm terrible at keeping secrets, so.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Same. I don't know if you all have things you want to do in the night. I've got a thing I want to do. Because I'm... Don't look at me like that. It's good. It's morally good.
Well,
Kind of.
after Elfie and Myth are done talking, she would have just fallen asleep right on the couch. So,
Am
you
I able to leave?
You're not like a pretzel or anything.
No,
You
I
can
mean,
just-
like, can I leave the palace thing? Castle, house.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Okay. Cool.
Just you. And yeah, you should be able to get back in. I think.
Well, okay, whatever. Do I have Ollie in my journal? I feel like I took her name down, but I might have gotten rid of it because I'm stupid. I got rid of it. God damn it. Okay, whatever. No Ollie then. Screw you, Ollie. Kidding, I love you. Don't be mad. I am gonna message Hathis though, because I forgot to tell him something because I'm an idiot. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna for sure make sure that Elfie is asleep. Make sure that they can't hear. It's fine. I'll message and I'll be like, so sleepover's over. No one died because it's a sleepover and people don't die at sleepovers traditionally, apparently. I was wondering, you mentioned, I don't know if you want to, I assume you're going to keep trying to murder the Archon, which I'm kind of cool with. I think that's smart. That's good. Guy kind of seems like a dick. I don't know him that well. He's probably racist. Anyway, point is, I was wondering if you wanted to sign another page in my journal. I've got a page that can help you maybe not die if you get knocked down. No, I'm sure you wouldn't, but I like our talks, so... And I wanted to make sure to offer you this before it was too late.
Takes a little while for you to get a reply, but eventually you do get one.
You actually caught me just before I was about to go. Oh, I was going to turn in for the night. Sure, I'll sign some other page. What is this page for, first of all? This is not something that's going to result in my death, is it?
I mean, quite the opposite. What, you don't trust me?
Oh,
Do
I
the-
trust
do
you
your
well enough for being
hallucinogenic
an
thing.
enemy of the nation I'm in, but... You know?
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Okay. I'll
Oh,
take out the book.
If you can find a fire, then I have no idea where you are. I do not have a pin on this location.
Ooh.
Are you dead?
That's
What
cool.
is this?
No, I'm not dead. It's like a magical castle thingy. I don't know. It's beautiful. It's great. Is there a fire around? Fireplace? Anything?
In the mansion?
Erica? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fireplace in the living room where we're at.
Wonderful. I was gonna set something on fire. So that's good. I'll go over to the fireplace. Light it up like a normal person, I guess, because I've got no fire spells. Unless the wood wants to punch me. But
It does
that's
not.
fine. Yeah, you better not, bitch. Okay. Light a fire. And then I'll message again and be like, let me know if this works.
That's lovely. And that's going to be my one nat 20 this entire session.
Oh,
okay.
good. We got it.
So eventually you do see, like, a hand kind of solidify in the fire and kind of, like, float towards you.
I obviously don't have a way to make a pen, so I very much hope you have a pen on that end.
Yep. Okay, cool. Can you see? That's crazy. Okay, I will
Nope,
find
can't really
a pen.
see where you are. Have no idea of the location. Can't see into it. Are you just
I
in
should have
someplace
left.
really dark? Because this is confusing. No, you wouldn't be. There's
It's-
clearly fire.
Your signature's gonna be awful. Okay, I will go find the pen, ink, try to put it in the hand and hold the book up and be like, okay, do your best, I guess.
His signature is terrible.
It
It almost
for
goes
a
off
warlock.
the page.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say for a warlock, you should probably be more hesitant about what you sign your name into. but also I don't know if this even reads as you. This is. I mean, no, you did great. You did great. Cool.
Well, I
I have no
imagine
way of
whatever
knowing
this
if
is, I
this
could
would
probably
work.
counterspell it or something.
You're
Or
not
if it
gonna
becomes
want
too big of
to.
a problem, I can talk to Aroni about it. As exhausting as that may be.
Yeah, you're not gonna want to talk to Aroni about this one. But I guess just to explain it simply, it functions like what's the name of that goddamn spell again?
I'm gonna imagine it's
God.
the repose one.
No. It's a it's
Describe
that
describe what it does, and I can probably tell you what it is.
you go down to 0 hit points, you immediately get up with 1
Death ward.
death ward. It's a death ward. Thank you. I'll put it in the chat. But it's very good. And it'll keep from dying. I need to put the name in it.
When did I put
Yeah.
my name in this?
When we were going into the thing separating and you went with Yorva and Fez.
Okay, yeah, I remember now. I signed the second mysterious
Unless
page.
you want me to delete your name, I could totally do
Nope.
that. You
Nope,
know, you
nope,
don't.
It's fine. It's fine.
I mean,
it's fine. I remember signing it now.
you know, I talk to Elfie a lot, and I feel like she's just in my brain at this point, sassing me. Okay, but that's all I wanted to talk about. Okay, enjoy your rest, I guess. Bye. Okay, that's all I wanted to do.
Yeah. He does not respond.
Hell yeah.
Gorfa,
Concerning.
Elfie, Ollie, it's Sparklocket, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah, I tried to write the names realistically.
Fair.
Also, I don't like them all looking the same.
All right. Then does anyone do anything during the night, or do you guys all just sleep until morning?
I'll give
Elfie
you
has a
watch.
nightmare.
Elfie has a nightmare.
Mhm.
Curious. What happened?
Is Myth still in the room at this point? Like, do you leave the room at all, Myth?
It's hard to say because before you said that, I was like, I'm gonna go check on Ollie and probably help keep watch because why is she out there on her own? So probably not.
Okay. Well, Elfie dreams about things. And it's a nightmare. I don't want to tell anybody unless someone asks about it in character.
Okay.
But she wakes up all sweaty and anxious, and so she just hightails it to her room in the mansion and sleeps the rest of the night there.
Okay. If you haven't already gotten the benefits of a long rest, be sure to get one. Well, for sure, take one. God, my words. With Myth going out there with Ollie, Myth, you're good to move your token out there if you want. Wow. That's a
Oh,
great
it's a good day.
spread. Damn.
Okay.
God, that's like the perfect portents.
Watch nothing happen. For like a whole day.
You guys should reach the capital within like a day, so. Alright, so Ollie, did you go to sleep like right after you got that message from your father, or are you still awake?
Hell
I know
no,
you
I didn't go to
trance.
sleep.
Yeah.
I just finished resting though, like not that long ago.
Okay. So you see
So I'll
Myth
probably
come
do
out.
like a short rest.
No, you're good to do a long one, because either way you should be reset
okay,
for the
great.
day. Not like I think that you used any of your abilities, but still, just keeping track of things.
Mhm.
All right. So, Myth, you go out and you see this regular-looking fox just asleep kind of near the hut. Well, actually, no, you used illusory. You did the terrain thing, I'm
Terrain,
pretty sure, right?
hallucinatory terrain.
Hallucinatory. I was like, is it illusionatory? Then I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense.
Illusion of patum.
Did you use the pterodactyl terrain?
I did. Caca.
Okay.
That's America terrain, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. But yeah, that's the thing I did. So that's great.
Perfect.
I'd just be like, Ollie, if you want to go inside, I can keep watch. I don't sleep ever.
Ollie kind of looks
really
at
hope
Myth
you're
in fox
actually this-
form, like she's an idiot because it's me, and she also does not sleep.
I know you trance. What I'm saying is I don't have to go unconscious ever. I really hope you're actually this animal, because that's going to be embarrassing if I'm just arguing with, like... Yeah, I've done that before.
Many
You,
insulted
you know when we
crows.
didn't see each other for 6 months? I thought for like 2 weeks straight you were stalking me.
Damn, I should have done it. That was great. Darn it.
All right. You are both good to do a perception check if you want, since you're both kind of staying out here, keeping kind of a watch.
Every so often, Myth is just kind of like to the animal Ollie being like, so what's the meaning of life? Knowing full well she can't respond.
Okay.
It's not letting me roll.
Are you
things
trying
when I
to
click
roll
on-
it? Are you trying to roll it from your sheet?
Yes.
Just do it from the attributes bar, because for whatever reason, if you're using the tidy sheet, character sheet, then it will not let you do it from your sheet.
Poop. Woohoo!
Wow. That's not great. All right. So, Myth, you don't really notice anything at all. Ollie, you believe that you found something cool underneath the ground, so you just start digging. You're digging and digging and digging and digging until you find the buried corpse of a dead cat.
Oh,
It has a collar on it, and the collar says Little Mittens. Yeah, nat ones aren't great.
Didn't have to go that hard.
I don't know why I made a dead cat. I love cats, and it just made me sad, which sucks.
You're fired.
You know what? No, I can't make it a dead dog. That'll make equally as many people upset. You know, it's a dead pet squirrel named Little Mittens. I don't feel as bad about that one. All right.
That's fair.
So that's how you guys spend your night. Eventually, the morning does come, and you can kind of hear the manor start to, like, liven up a little bit. You can hear walking around. You can hear voices just kind of abstractly somewhere in the manor. You
Oh,
guys
I
are
just
all-
accidentally closed my.
I noticed. That's okay.
Yeah.
sunlight. Back inside immediately. Wonderful. Great. Wonderful.
I was trying to send a DM, and it closed my
Oh.
game instead.
Because it's Alt W, right? Just to clarify.
Yes. Don't
Okay.
hit Control W.
Never.
Never.
Alt W. Does Alt W just not work for me?
No, it's not working for me either.
Got it. Cool. So that's just Foundry updated
Not
to
installed.
version 11, so it's been kind of weird. By the way, I did Foundry look nicer when you went to join today?
Sebastian, you need to swap out that picture.
No, I'm keeping it. I think it's art.
Yeah, Alt W's not working for me either.
Okay. That's fine. If anyone has, just tell me to look at Discord in like the Discord private messages if you need to send me anything.
Oh, I was just gonna ask my wife what anti-life shell does.
Probably lots of necrotic damage, I would guess.
Yeah, probably something weird.
Oh yeah, we gotta pick out our new spells. If we want to.
That's all
Mhm.
it says.
Well, it just does a lot of necrotic damage.
It's a barrier. It prevents undead from getting within 10 feet
Ooh.
of you.
Okay, so I'm moving that to the bottom of my list. Thank you.
Cool. Oh, God, I'm just thinking of the shenanigans. All right.
I've been trying to make sure that I don't unintentionally kill myth.
Well, you
Hey.
don't know. They're like,
You don't
You
know.
can do whatever you
Mess
want.
me up.
True. Yeah, but I haven't really known what it does anyways. And since we're not really going anywhere where I think there would be undead because we're only going to see humans, I wasn't going to put it on either way.
Well,
It'd be
hold
good
on.
though.
I'm going to be nice to you because I
Yeah?
know that you often will prepare something or unprepare something that's just about to be useful. So I'm going to do a favor and just to check to see if this potential thing that you may run into soon-ish is undead or not.
Oh.
You have
okay.
psychic abilities, but they're just going slightly too fast.
Yes.
I'm confused. What?
I'm checking to see if you're going to face an undead soon, just before you. Potentially there may be an undead appearing somewhat soon, depending on your actions. So
Hmm.
I'll let you
Get
consider that.
goddamn. Well, you do what you want.
But anyhow, morning comes. You can see everyone just kind of walking around the manor a little bit. Eventually, you all see Darcius.
Oh, I didn't expect to see all of you up so early. Do you want to get breakfast? I'm sure I can get someone to make breakfast for us.
Yeah, I don't see why not. If we're not imposing on your hospitality.
Oh, no, not at all. I needed to discuss something with you all anyways. So, perfect. Then... Well, you know what? I'm just going to go to the dining room and hope that someone's got to be listening. All of the servants are out here. Maybe one of them will take the initiative to make the breakfast. Perhaps. Maybe.
He's like looking at all of them, looking at each of them in the eyes, just waiting for one of them to move.
You know what? I'm going to go in here and they can just figure it out amongst themselves.
I like this place.
Elfie's like, if he's the master of this estate, he can just point to one of them and say, "Go get the breakfast." Why this? I'm so confused about this right now.
Eventually, the older butler, he goes over to the kitchen, exchanging a weird look with Eldramon before he goes in there and closes the door.
Eldramon just like,
Yep. You could see, when you woke up, you saw that the daughter was, like, real close to your door.
what's her name again?
Her name
Satan.
is Lunva.
Lunva. Okay. Good morning, Lunva. How are you?
Good morning, I'm well. Did you know your room is super quiet when you try to sleep? You sleep really quietly.
Were you
Do all
listening at my
do
door?
all gnomes sleep really quietly? No, I just noticed that there wasn't any breathing noise or anything when I went by your door.
I don't know what to tell you.
You teach me how to sleep quietly. My dad tells me that I snore.
Would you mind if I took a look at your nose and maybe your mouth a little bit?
Yes. She like opens her mouth, tilts her head back, and like tries to open it like way too wide.
Okay. Can I do a medicine check on her?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can figure out why she's snoring. All right, and Ollie, do you want to help? Okay.
All right. So you do see that she does have like a light defect, like in her sinus area when you're looking really back there, and you
Mhm.
believe that could be causing her snoring.
Hmm.
This child is defective. Send it back.
Yes, I see the problem. Um, Sebastian,
Yes.
will lesser restoration or greater restoration, will you let us use one of those to cure the snoring?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Ollie. I think you have something that could help, so I'll let you use your discretion.
Un momento. I don't have it prepared.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
Either of them.
Aw.
Well, okay. Well, that's okay. I think I have another dose of my restorative ointment. Where? There we go. Yep. So, it's my last one, but I'll take out the vial and I'll say, here's a little bit of ointment that you just drink it or put it on your nose, whatever you want to do. Right before you go to bed, snoring should be perfectly fine. Like no more snoring forever, unless something happens to your nose.
Okay.
Okay.
She takes it and she goes running.
Okay. Bye, I guess.
I feel like she's just going to bed.
Who knows?
I mean, she's not my kid. She can go to bed if she wants. Though I probably should have asked her dad's permission before giving her medicine. Just now thinking about that.
How are you gonna help her with the not breathing thing? Well, she said that it sounded she didn't hear any breathing coming from your room, and she
Well,
wanted to be like that.
Hopefully she's forgotten about that now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what do you guys want to do now? You saw that the servants kind of all went their separate ways for the most part. You saw that the one of the butlers, the younger one, he went to the front. He's just kind of standing at the front door.
Mm-hmm.
They're just kind of keeping watch like someone typically does.
I think as soon as Uhtred comes out and sees us all like clumped up, he would go up to Elfie and tell us like what he encountered yesterday.
Probably.
Yeah. So now we're all up to speed with what he's like heard, saw, whatever.
Perfect. All right. Then what do you guys do now that you have that information?
Sorry, just to double check what information?
The everyone in the estate is drinking like weird potions, but they're running out of potions and we don't know what the potions do. But we heavily believe that it might be some sort of like human disguise potion thingy.
Well, technically speaking, if we all know this information now, I would like to believe, since I'm extra super duper proficient in alchemist stuff, I could probably make them if I knew what they were.
You probably could.
Yeah,
you
but
just
we don't know what
they
the
are.
potions are. We've only
Yeah.
heard of them behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we could just ask the dude what they were because, Uhtred took one or whatever and then was like puking.
Yeah, we don't know if that's the potion. It might be the potion. But
So yeah, we could just ask him,
it was
like,
very hush-hush.
like, basically, like, what did you give Uhtred that made him puke? And then, or why did he, look human or whatever, and then have to throw up everywhere? Because it's entirely possible that it's just, like, a human disguise, but then in that case, Ollie might be able to make it better so that it doesn't make people sick type thing, too.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, maybe if we just come to him directly about it instead of trying to sneak around, he might be more receptive. So I'm cool with talking to him about it right now, if that's what you guys
Yes.
want to do.
The honest approach is always the best approach.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I'm gonna go to the dining room.
All right.
Cool. I'm gonna do another one of my pterodactyl terrains, just
Thank
to
you.
continue to hide the house for another 24 hours, because whatever.
Perfect.
Cool. Then I will join.
All right. I'm gonna put Eldramon in the throne because I feel like he just has decided he would be there, and that just feels like keeping up with the character.
Mm-hmm. Think Uhtred might want to sit close to Darcius because they have a rapport now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they do?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Not like that. When you all come inside, Darcius kind of like smiles at everybody. Then you see him pull out from underneath his chair a very large, like blue marble chest, like covered in a bunch of gold details. And it's got like it has his family seal on it, just completely in gold, sealing it.
So, this is what I wanted to talk to you all about. If you're fine to talk before eating, I don't want to be rude.
We're fine to talk whenever.
I feel no obligation to do this, but you are going to the capital. And I figured I do have, this is a gift for the Archon. And within it, I do have my own petition to end the Purge-era policies. It has my seal, this chest is protected by my seal. So if you present it to him, you'll know it's genuine.
I apologize if this is an overstep, but how do we know that there's not some kind of like explosive in there? Or
If you
some
wish,
kind,
you
some
can...
kind of like dangerous mechanism that will kill the Archon as soon as he opens it?
I'm sure that you have a, it does have a magical... It does have an actual magical effect. But if you don't believe me if you rather just use detect magic on it yourself or for your own security, I completely understand. Unless you'd rather have me explain it.
I can cast Identify on it.
Perfect.
He kind of pushes the chest forward a little bit. Like, I don't know, maybe he thinks that it'll be easier for you to cast it if it's closer.
I mean, I have to touch it. So.
Yeah. Oh, so he actually did. He was helpful. So when you touch it, you can see that it's been imbued with like kind of a special kind of magic where if anyone apart from Darcius or the Archon open it, the contents of the chest will be completely destroyed. That's as far as you can see the magical effect goes. You can see that it doesn't have like any explosive kind of property to it. It just simply will destroy whatever's inside if the wrong person opens it. And you do notice that there
Are you
is
able to
also
tell if
an
it's
alert.
hostile?
There is also kind of something similar to an alert spell that would also alert Darcius if the contents were destroyed in that fashion.
So you said that there was a petition in here. What other items are in here?
Oh, I have various things made of gold and different gems, and I also do have a few bottles of the wine that my vineyard produces. Not like he probably doesn't have better stuff there, but it's what my family is at least somewhat known for.
Well, I suppose it couldn't hurt to at least deliver it, and then the Archon can do with it what he wishes. Can have his mages check it for hidden enchantments or whatever.
Wonderful, thank you. Well, thank you very much. Then I will just feel free to take it. I hope it's not too heavy or anything.
Uhtred's like, I got it.
Yeah, I figured. So then I will put it in Uhtred's inventory then. All right. While also identifying it and looking it over, you are able to realize that this thing is worth like a ridiculous amount of money. The chest itself is worth probably a good 25,000 gold.
1,000 gold. Wow. This is a very generous gift.
Well, it's going to the Archon, the true god. Can't really give him the second best. Also, I'm somewhat late on delivering a gift to the new Archon, so the better I give him, probably the best.
Well, hopefully he accepts your gift.
Do hope so. I worry that'd probably mean that my family is cursed. But
I'm sorry.
I don't know how
I'm sorry, what?
It
What?
could potentially, if he does not accept my gift, he may believe. Well, my family may be cursed, which would be quite unfortunate. But I don't know the temperament of the current Archon. I just know the last one was. His judgment could be considered quite harsh. But the Archon's justice.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that you needed us to do?
Oh, that is really it. I've appreciated having your company over the night.
Elfie kind of looks over to Eldramon. Is like,
I'm just imagining Eldramon is not giving you any indication whether or not it went one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Eldramon kind of looks back. Kind of just like, all savvy Eldramon like, and flips his hair back over his shoulder. And then just continues eating breakfast or whatever else Eldramons do in their free time.
Checks out.
Eldramons.
Well, we
Right.
did have something that we wanted to ask you about.
Oh, yes, of course.
As you're asking, you do see the butler come in with like all the breakfast putting in front of all of you. And it just looks like they made like crepes. Typical breakfast stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Gave to Eldramon too. Bowed to Eldramon because he's in the throne. And then kind of blushed like that might have been an awkward, weird thing for me to do. Then he left.
Oh my god, it's a love square. Ollie, do you want my crepes?
Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah. I'll pour all my food onto Ollie's plate.
Perfect.
And then Ollie's gonna cast Purify Food and Drink on Elfie's food.
Oh, okay.
And then the same on her food.
Sounds good. The when you do that, Darcy just kind of looks at you guys are like all confused.
You do know that's not. I wouldn't have let you spend the night if I was simply going to poison you, but you know, fair enough. My
Ollie's a
nation has
doctor. She's a
reputation.
bit of a clean freak.
Oh,
Sorry.
no worries. If this is simply how you are, I understand.
Thanks.
Yes, you wanted to discuss something, Elfie.
Yes, so Uhtred informed us about the potions that you all are about to run out of, and we were curious about them.
You kind of see him look a little concerned. And he like kind of just kind of gives like a sigh of relief.
Oh, you've heard that. No. It's a very minor problem. It will be corrected very soon. I do have somebody that will be coming by with a shipment relatively soon, before we run out, at least, probably. Should get here within the next few days. We have enough to make it
What-
through 2 days.
What do these potions do?
Oh, just treat various ailments and other whatnots that happen when you live this far out.
With all due respect, Master Hernbex, I don't believe you.
Oh, have I done something to make you suspicious of me? Because I do apologize.
No, not at all. I would say I'm pretty good at reading people. Especially when they're trying to hide things from me.
Oh, well. Part of it is because of my lead butler, his advanced age. He doesn't need to take regular potions, otherwise, I'm not completely terribly sure how long I could justify his employment. Well, I mean, I guess at that point I'd probably just have him retire and work in the gardens or something. But everyone has just different ailments that I try to treat with these potions. As simple as that.
Elfie looks over to Pyria. Is that her name?
Yes.
What is her expression like?
You can roll an insight. I will tell you the expression either way, but I'll see if you can get more out of her. Jeez. So, looking her over, she kind of looks like maybe a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really the most you can get from, like, this topic of conversation makes her a little nervous. But she also looks like she's trying to maintain, like, a really professional, like, appearance.
Mm-hmm. We were also wondering if we could examine the potion that you gave to Uhtred yesterday. My wife Ollie is very, she's very adept with making potions, and perhaps she could tweak it so that you're not getting sick after taking it.
I suppose that probably wouldn't be her doing this would not waste the potion, would it?
I guess that would depend on the DM.
Shit.
Yeah, it should.
I'll just I'll make it dependent on a roll. You got to get above a 12 when you roll your alchemy or your potion supply, whatever it is.
Okay.
If we do this, so don't roll it yet. So you see Pyria take out one of the potions and set it on the table. I suppose if he's okay with it, you can look it over.
I hand it over to Ollie.
Okay. Ollie, are you gonna do it? You were ready.
Gonna use my inspiration.
Okay. Nice. All right. Just gonna be sure that's unmarked. Perfect. You already unmarked it. God, I'm not meaning to ping. When you do that, you are able to figure out kind of what will help alleviate the stomach issues a little bit. But while doing that, you also notice that this potion is made specifically to give someone the appearance of human.
And that's it?
That's really all it does. Just give someone the appearance of being human after they drink it.
Okay. I tell Elfie that it is what it seems to be.
Mm-hmm.
Both Darcius and Pyria are kind of like, they look nervous about this. When she's looking over the potions, that is.
Mm-hmm. Are you worried about something?
Mostly just worried that I just hope that nothing goes to waste or anything, or that whatever she discovered about making everyone's stomachs upset, I hope that won't require an entirely new brew. I hope it would just be something that we can counteract with an added ingredient or something, as opposed to throwing them away.
With the roll that she just did, would she be able to do something like that?
Yeah, definitely. You rolled 20. It's pretty good.
So, like, can she make an additive to add to the potion, or does it need to require a whole new thing?
I think so. Ollie would know what ingredient they need to add. She doesn't have it on her, but she knows that it grows. Like, she does know something that grows nearby that they'd be able to add to their potions. So you could give them the information if you wanted to, or whatever you want to do.
Okay, that's up to you, Ash.
Oh yeah. I can't. I don't have it prepared. Yeah, we can just tell them.
Okay.
I would imagine that if they brew it, like almost maybe like a tea, and then just either drink it and or like add, like make it like a not as watery, like, substance. They could probably just add a couple drops to the potion itself, and then it'd be fine.
Oh, well, perfect, simple enough. I could definitely do something like that. Thank you very much for looking that over.
He grabs the potion back and puts it away in his own bag.
Yes, sorry about all the Sorry about the mysterious nature of, well, the suspicious nature of all that.
Well, something I've learned is that when people are hiding something, they tend to act like they're hiding something. Especially
mean,
if.
Fair enough.
Mhm. I'm still not convinced that you're telling us the whole truth, but I suppose we are guests in your home, and you're not obligated to tell us anything of your business. So
I do like to be rather open, but this may be something that we'll have to discuss at another time.
Ollie just kind of looks over and is like, as long as it doesn't have any ill effect on us.
Oh, it shouldn't. You just looked at the potion. No, you didn't drink it. No, you still look like an elf.
Oh, no, not the potion. Whatever it is you're not telling us and don't want us to find out.
It will have no negative effect on you.
Alright, then that's your own business, I don't care.
So he just kind of like is awkwardly eating his food. Pyria is as well. At just like a really tense moment.
Wonderful day.
So, Pyria, how did you come to be in the theocracy?
Pyria looks at Darcius for a moment before looking back at you. Oh, so my parents were captured a long time ago and executed, and I was running away, and eventually I found myself on Darcius's his property. And since then I've been in his service.
I'm sorry about your parents.
Yes, it's been quite a while, but unfortunately, elves living a long time, you tend to remember things a long time. They're not my favorite thing to recall.
What were your parents' names?
You
I only
fucker.
call
Good job.
I only would call them mother and father, so I imagine they had more complex names than that, unless I don't know too much about my elven heritage. I don't know what naming schemes they had.
Ollie, she could be your sister for real.
God.
Or like a cousin.
Just don't let her near Brahms drop.
Oh god.
Hmm.
No.
If I had food, I
way!
would throw it at you.
That was Erica talking, not Elby.
Okay. Elfie would have been on my hit list.
Oh, jeez. That would not have gone well for you, and we all know it. Come on.
I know.
You weren't already dead. You would probably die. Anyways, Ollie just kind of like is just like, yeah, I get you. I just recently found out about mine as well. I could see maybe if I could find out anything if you would like me to. I recently went myself and to the Elven City. Also, I met our god. It's a little weird. But
You met a god. What do you mean by this? My god is the Archon. I don't quite understand.
You could call him, a lot of people call him, the elven god. I don't really consider him, like whatever. But he is basically the creator of elves, you could say. And as long as, I'm married to Elfie, so whenever I do die, knock on wood, I won't be going to where the elven afterlife is. I'd be going somewhere else. But for those of us who haven't done that, they would reside automatically on his plane of existence where a lot of elves live in the afterlife. But they're not really dead, they're alive there, they just can't come back here.
Oh,
if that makes any sense.
I will not return to whoever this is. I will return to the Archon when my time is up.
Very fair. But if you'd like to know more about your family, I can see if I can find anything out.
I don't know how you would, but I will say I am quite content with the family I found here.
I already did a medicine check
That's
on her,
lovely.
didn't
You did.
I? Okay, yeah. Alright, yeah, that's fair. This is my family. And I kind of just look around at everybody.
Congratulations on finding your own family.
Thanks.
Just goes back to like eating crepes really awkwardly.
She's my cousin.
Hmm.
I'd bet anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I suppose you probably won't be staying another full day. Do you plan on leaving to the for the capital today?
I don't see what other business we have here. So, and Elfie kind of looks over at Eldramon to like get a read on if he
You-
wants to stay or not.
As if you're ever gonna get a read on Eldramon.
Especially when Trevor's not here. Next to impossible. You think that he might be on a call with his goblins at this point.
Yeah,
Yes, open all the doors. No, we all know that the doors all must be opened. If you see a door, it has to be opened. Make sure you shut them when you're done, though. Yes, yes, yes. I'll be home soon. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Kisses.
Kisses!
Yes, I don't think we have any other business here, so I don't see any reason why we would stay.
Well, I do wonder, I don't know, we don't really get a lot of international trade for obvious reasons. Do you have a plan for how you'll spend money once you're in the capital? I don't know if they'll just simply take your coins or not.
Oh, do you have like a proprietary money?
We do. We have our own currency. Only traded within our own within our own country.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
I just don't know necessarily whether or not yours will be accepted or not. I mean, the material is probably similar.
Well, I would assume.
What currency do you use?
Let me look that up. I definitely have it written down somewhere. It doesn't have a name, but they're just oh wait, nope. They're just called
Crypto
they're called
coin.
gold archons.
I hate
They're
that.
just archons.
I love it, but I hate that.
Snake coin.
Well, if you wish to exchange, then I could provide you with a little bit. I do have contacts outside of the theocracy that I could trade your more common coin with. Unless you don't think it's going to be an issue.
Can I be given permission to use Eldramon's character sheet, pretty please?
Yes? I'm very curious for what.
Okay, but don't give away his money, though.
I would never.
Yeah, do not give away Heldmon's
I
money.
thought about it immediately.
Yeah, no, but I'm supposed to be controlling his character. I don't have control over his character sheet anyways.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you that.
I tell him yeah, and I ask him if he has enough to give me the equivalent of like 200 PP.
Before you do that, like the Archon invited me and Olivandria up, like personally. Like we knew him before he became the Archon, so I'm assuming as a good host he would provide those things for us, like if we needed to exchange currency in the capital, then he would provide opportunities for us to exchange currency.
This is true. I asked him if he has enough to change only 100 PP then.
That's
Am
still
I-
so much.
I certainly
Yeah.
do.
To be prepared, just in case. Well, I trust the
Oh.
Archon because Elfie trusts the Archon. Other people.
Huh.
So the
Trust is a
platinum.
strong word.
So I can give
Thank
you the
you.
exact. I can give you an exact exchange then for 100 platinum pieces.
Perfect. Alright, yeah. I was gonna take out 100 PP, but then I realized that I don't think it matters, does it?
You will have to take out 100 PP.
Okay, so then what do I put in the 100 back as?
I'm going to give you a custom item that will be that particular currency.
Okay.
Why not use Electrum?
Oh, fuck, yeah. We could just use Electrum. That's true. All right, then go ahead and put down... So just go ahead and put down
Archon
800 Electrum.
That's EP.
Yeah.
Okay, I had 1 for some reason, so I have 801.
I'm
Me
going
too.
to
I also had one.
get rid of that one. Yeah, I guess I rewarded it to you for some stupid reason at some point. Those are worth 5 gold each, I think. No, they're worth 5 silver. I don't remember. Just go ahead and give yourself 5 gold and get rid of the 1 if you have it in your inventory. I don't remember how EP translates. I just remember it's not a factor of 10, which is frustrating as hell.
Okay.
Stop.
And also, since, you know, like, he knows that I'm good at alchemy and, you know, the healing and all that shit,
Mm-hmm.
instead of telling him that Elfie gave him his daughter, like, you know, something to fix her snoring, I just, I just say, and you know, your daughter had mentioned her snoring, this morning before we were eating breakfast, and, I realized afterwards that I probably should have asked you, but she had a small something, like, in her sinuses that was causing it, and so I fixed it. There's no harmful effects or anything, she just won't snore anymore.
Oh, well, thank you. Perhaps I should
Yeah.
allow her bedroom to be closer then. I moved her to the other wing.
She said
How
that
And
it
fast
she's
was.
been
was
offended
it?
ever since.
That's, I don't blame you. Some people snore really loud. But yeah, it was only just a small problem. And I just fixed it. It was super easy.
Oh,
I
well,
don't want him knowing too much. But since he already knows that I could do things like this, you know,
it's
Ollie, he's
very
gonna think you're
appreciated.
the weirdest person.
that's fine. I don't give a shit.
Well, if there's anything I can help any of you with before you head out, just let me know. I would say I'd let you borrow some horses, but I kind of see that you do have a flying hut.
Mm-hmm.
Which I wanted to bring up, given. Although, I mean, didn't people report sights of the hut? Is that not a bit suspicious?
We can't
Well, I
leave it
mean, it's
here.
a flying hut. It's a flying island in the
Oh,
sky.
yeah, of
It's somewhat
course.
notable. People are going to be aware of it. Not to mention, it's likely that you are being watched by by somebody in the government. Likely. Oh, not like that.
The
There's
hell?
probably someone
No,
that
I know.
occasionally is scheduled to scry on you.
Nope.
Well, you come from the outside. Not exactly a typical situation for us.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know I exist. Never mind. We're good.
As long as you did nothing wrong, you shouldn't have anything to worry about.
Of course, we're all very well behaved.
Of course, you've all been quite a delight to have in my home.
Oh, thanks. Others would
And you've been such a
say
good host.
otherwise.
Well, thank you. Would you like some rations for the road or anything?
Sure.
Sure.
He does eventually
I'm
have
fine.
his butler come out, offering each of you 3 rations each.
Ollie can have my 3 rations because she's closest to me and I don't want them.
I'm going to add the rations to the people that are not here.
Okie dokie.
Wow.
Also, I know
Eldramon,
that I
you have
was-
so many rations. Eldramon is hoarding so much stuff. He has so
Yeah.
many rations. He has so
They-
much money. Jesus. Okay. So, what do you guys do? Do you guys do anything else before you head out? Or what do you do?
Man, I want to know what potions they are using.
Well, I think I would know.
No, I mean like not the human disguise potions, but like the ones that they were distributing in the study yesterday. Ugh, I want to know.
Oh my god. I think we're fine. We don't need to know everything. Unless we're gonna strap him to a table and interrogate him.
Don't
You
tempt
hear
me.
Lena peek, like, kind of squeak up when, in your head, it's being like, you know, I'm quite okay with that thought if you are going to torture the man. He just looks to be a normal human, and you guys, from what I understand, from now that you finally have read a useful book, Myth,
Thank
I
you.
do
Okay,
believe
yeah,
we
I know-
are in a
oh,
place
God.
that did used to technically be my land, so I do think, you have my permission to
Do you
torture the
think
man
you're-
if you want.
I don't need your permission to torture the man. And I'm not gonna do that. Also, because I don't give a shit what he did. Or what he's doing.
I love it here. I made
I
sure
responded
to
in my head.
double check Eldramon's character sheet
Mhm.
before we left. Background and biography. The only thing in there is backstory in bold,
Yes.
like font 24 lettering.
Yes.
Perfect.
Nothing else.
I never noticed that before. That's amazing.
I mean, that's beautiful.
Summarizes him well.
It does. It does. It really does.
He's got big
Before we
backstory,
go-
but you don't know.
He's got a big backstory.
He is so much lore.
Sorry.
I know I made fun of good old Ollie for this, but I would also like to get some money in the Archon coin. Bitcoin. Just maybe not so much, maybe just like 1,000 gold, because I'm not that bothered.
All right.
Yeah.
Double check my conversion real quick. Why did I make a currency that isn't a perfect, like, 1-to-1 ratio? Why would I do that to myself?
Yeah, and you
What
did that, and then you complained about Electrum.
Yeah, I know. I've created my own Electrum. How much gold?
You know what? 2,000.
2,000? You dick. Okay. Well, you're getting
Yeah.
160 Archons.
Okay. That's a lot of the one guy. 160?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
And you see, like, when you're looking at the older coins, you do see that there are, like, some of the coins that are older, they have different Archons on them, you're assuming, because they all look quite a bit different from each other. And the newest, shinier ones have a portrait of a kind of, like, early 20s guy, so, which you would probably know at this point. But, yeah,
was in a
Ollie,
room
you'd
with
recognize
him.
this as just, you know, your buddy Arvonius, so it's just weird that you have coins with his face on it now.
Is Arvonius cheekbones?
No. Cheekbones is somebody else.
I forget what Arvonius looks
I
like.
think you've called like 3 people cheekbones, to be fair.
Damn, listen, some of them have some really nice ass cheekbones.
He was the child that was with you for a while when you were going to the Moloch a long time ago.
Aww. Look at him go.
Yay,
bet
he
you're
leads
proud.
a racist country. Attaboy.
You know, this reminds me for no particular reason, but did you know that Donald Trump is in the MCU officially?
Yeah, oh, buddy.
He's specifically the 46th president of the United States in the MCU because he replaces some guy named Matthew who was like in between possibly fictional Obama and weird situation though, just throwing it out there. He totally exists in that universe as president, which is crazy to me. Sorry.
We
sorry.
should get a move on,
Yeah.
I think.
Yes, I'm ready to go whenever you guys are.
Perfect.
Wee! Oh, I didn't move.
All right.
Wee!
So once you guys get into the hut, you guys get going. It only I'm gonna like where I'm not gonna make you wait through a night or whatever because I don't have any other encounters like for.
We got
traveling.
a goddamn net 20 port and roll, you son of a bitch.
I'm gonna let you keep it. Okay.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
yeah, I was like, technically there's a day between, but like I don't have anything else for you, and I don't want you to just waste your cool portent. So you travel in. It takes about a day to finally reach Wyvkryszta, and you see like these humongous mountains, and you see this city kind of built on like a mountainside, and you see these huge 2 towers in the distance climbing into the sky on top of the mountain. And you know, I can actually just show you the backdrop now, which is fucking finally. I believe I've shown it before, but I can finally show it without being like any kind of spoilery, which is nice.
No, we've never seen this before. Don't look at Erica's background.
Yeah, don't look at Erica's background. There's Elfie, there's Eldramon, there's Myth, there's
Yay.
Ollie, and there's Uhtred. So, you guys eventually reach the base of the mountain, and you do have some like kind of official looking guards approach you. I'm going to show you what one of them looks like. Did you guys, by the way, did you guys park like outside of the city? Did you park right up to the city? Or did you guys walk to the rest of the city? What'd you do? How'd that go?
Yeah, I was gonna say, because we draw attention, I feel like the big flying house is gonna be linked to a lot of freedom-based crime.
Yeah, we should park it a little ways away. Myth, you disguise with the hallucinatory terrain, and then we go forward on foot.
Perfect.
Great.
So as you guys
That
are walking
lasts for
forward,
24 hours.
eventually you do get stopped by a like heavily armored, glowing-eyed woman, and also
Oh,
quite a young boy that's accompanying her. Hello, welcome to the capital of Wyvkryszta. I'm assuming that you are the party of Elfie and Ollie.
Hi, how are you?
Yes, I'm Elfie. She's Ollie.
Lovely to meet you. I am one of the arcane knights of the Mage Knight Order. And this is just simple squire. You are free to ignore him unless you would like him to carry your things.
I kind of give him a friendly wave.
Hi,
He just
Simple
kind of
Squire.
looks. He just kind of like does not look at you guys.
Oh,
I apologize. He's under strict instruction to be kind to you, even though you are, not humans, subhumans, some would say. He might believe this. But we're to bring you to the palace whenever you are ready to go there. Unless you have business in the actual city, which I highly doubt. I don't imagine you have any connections here.
please just take us to the palace.
Yes, of course. By the way, I recognize you. You just popped into the palace just a few days ago, didn't you? He's pointing at Myth.
Oh, yeah, lovely place. I enjoyed the stay. It was great.
Yes, it was quite alarming that you had subverted all of our security measures. We may have to discuss this
Well,
with you later.
No, I'm sure that was just part of the Archon's will. He knew that we were coming.
He seems surprised. You have subverted the Archon. we will be discussing
His-
this.
His
We
will
will
is
be-
even more powerful than he.
Excuse me.
His power grows every day.
Excuse me. I will have you know you are in the presence of humans.
Ah,
Excuse me. Take us to the Archon.
Ollie?
I'm already doing this.
Cool, do it silently.
She just looks like kind of really annoyed.
Well,
these people are lovely.
You are getting like stares as you walk through like the villages surrounding the palace and surrounding the city. People are like spitting behind you.
Spitting.
Yep.
Fucking wonderful.
Yep, it's disgusting.
Ollie's skipping.
Myth is
Okay.
mentally being like, okay, Lena, that one, write a list, that one. Okay.
Lena,
And
in your head.
I would like
Oh,
it.
yes.
Sorry, I would like it as a small after fact that everywhere always skips. Little flowers are blooming.
Maybe.
A baby.
So, a baby?
I'm just happy, so I say a baby.
Okay. I'm noticing that Klutzy is not loading into the new map, which is concerning.
You know, I feel unwanted
There we go.
in
there
this
she goes.
new place. Okay, hello.
You know?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. No problem. Go and take your bathroom break. What's up, Ollie?
That looks mighty like a combat screen there, buddy boy.
Oh yeah, I think
Ow.
that was when I was here last.
Oh, at the top it has, like the rotation thingy.
Oh, does it?
Eh.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not even something that should have existed.
Oh wait, so can the flowers be a thing?
Let's see. Is Druidcraft a cantrip?
That
There
you
it
have.
is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Sweet.
You got flowers pop up behind
Beautiful.
you.
Nice. Thanks.
See, then they're just watering.
Hmm.
Rudely. Fucking murder all of them.
So when you guys get to the palace, you're right outside the throne room. Excuse me, where the fuck is this thing I need right now? I'm bothered. Oh, there it is. You do see a like bald man walk out, close the door behind him. Looks at all of you, shakes his head, bumps into, like kind of almost purposely bumps into Myth.
Ah,
Oh, sorry, you're not
I-
probably used to being around. You're probably not used to being around this kind of company. Best of luck to you.
no, I've been around plenty of bald people.
I'm sure you've been around many people.
When he leaves,
Another
Ollie's
one.
she goes, "Damn boy, you thick."
Ollie, we're gonna get executed. Calm down.
You guys were told that you would be allowed to enter once somebody opens that door for you.
Ah. I want to.
I know. In the meantime,
Ollie,
you can
hold my
hear-
hands.
You can hear Lena in your head going, so this is what castles are reduced to now.
Not up to your standards?
Not at
Your
all.
castle was quite lovely.
That was hardly a castle of mine. That was an emergency backup castle.
I get that.
Either way, I like the elves' attitude towards things. Although I don't understand what she meant when she called the bald man a thick boy.
Ollie works in a very beautiful way that I feel like I normally appreciate, but I feel like will get us killed. I'll still appreciate it though. Yeah.
I also do want to know is I have noticed most of the humans are quite unattractive. How long Has this always been a thing? Humans weren't exactly around when I was here.
No, I mean most of them are pretty ugly, yeah. I'm pretty sure that blonde guy I didn't murder was a human and he was decent looking. Potentially, I'm not sure. It's fuzzy. No, humans not inherently. I don't think anyone's inherently ugly. I feel like a lot of the people here are ugly inside, outside. Yep. It's fun. It's great.
Oh wait, I gotta pee too. Be right back.
No worries.
Hey.
I would not mind finally seeing... I would not mind
Like, I gotta
returning and
go.
finding where the Moloch are.
Hmm.
I would like to see what they
Yeah.
look like now, considering it's been a long time, and it doesn't sound like they have a thriving civilization anymore.
I don't think so. I mean, we can definitely check them out way later. You know, some point. Does poison go off? Because I've got poison. I could poison the water supply and kill all of these bitches. It just wouldn't be ideal.
That poison's still pretty potent. Potent?
I was like, how do you test it without just putting it in your mouth and dying?
Great question.
Who's dying?
We're all slowly dying.
I mean, yes, that's true.
She's wondering about
Unless
the
you're
poison
an,
that she picked up
an
forever
immortal
ago.
vampire, baby.
Yeah. She's wondering about
I
the
am
poison that she
considering-
picked up forever ago.
Poison.
Yeah, I still
Poison?
have
Oh.
super lethal poison in my back pocket. And people are annoying me, so I was jokingly being like, I'm gonna kill the whole country.
Where's your water supply?
Exactly.
Lena in your head goes, could you get a look at Elfie for me? What is she doing right now?
Why? You got a crush on her? You're kind
No,
of
I'm
obsessed
simply-
with her.
Well,
I
she
mean, you're
knows
always
many
talking
things.
about her.
I'm just trying to figure out if her height is useful or not.
But I do
If that's
think she's
something I could-
married, and
if
I
that's-
don't know if
No,
she'd
I
want
want
to date
to
someone
know
that's
if her
in my
height is
head.
something that is not what I am going for. I want to know if her height is
Lena,
something
you're in my
I
head.
could...
You get louder. It's the same volume.
I understand. I want to know if her height is something I would be willing to put up with. Could you
You're not
ask her
touching
if-
Elfie.
could
Thank you.
Fine, very well.
We have a very firm, no touching my friends policy and no try to possess me again.
I did it once. Do you know
I
how
can
many
yell
people
in my head,
forgave
too.
me after I did way worse things to them?
I mean, I get that. Hot
Me and
people
my
perks.
husband were together until the day he died. And I have
Yeah,
done
what was his
such
name again?
worse things. It doesn't matter. He's just my former husband. He's not of any importance now. He's quite dead.
Maybe Elfie's secretly talking to your husband. That'd be wild.
Oh, I will kill her! It's been 4,000
No,
years and I
you
can't
won't, you
quite
won't.
remember his name, but I don't want other people talking to him.
It's the principle. I get it, but no, I think she has standards.
So, eventually, someone does come to the door and waves for you to come inside into
Can
the
I
throne room.
interject?
Erica did a timeout. Eric did a timeout. Yeah.
Well, I just want to interject something in here
Mhm.
before we go. If Myth does look over at Elfie when Lena specifies to, then you'll probably notice that Elfie is like she's purposefully trying not to be close to Myth.
Freak my god.
What'd you do?
Why?
Nothing. Like she'll like get like cast some like glances over at Myth and then look at the floor and then kind of like scoot away.
Lena, what did you do? What happened? What did you do, huh?
Oh, I didn't do anything like this. She's just Gnomes are typically a very twitchy species. You know what? Don't bother with her with me.
You go from knowing nothing to being like, yeah, here's gnomes
I
are twitchy.
have read your thoughts and what you have been through, and they seem to
And
be
you've
twitchy.
realized gnomes are twitchy.
Yes. But anyhow, your thoughts are interrupted when this
Okay.
about 7 foot tall, super heavily
Ooh,
armored
new
woman
thoughts.
walks out of the throne room. She's like wearing unrealistically like large armor. It does not look like a normal person should be able to support this amount of metal on them. The Archon will be seeing you now whenever you are ready. Try not to keep him waiting too long.
Well,
It's probably racist.
I reach out and grab Ollie's hand and I say, "Shall we go?" And he's a lot older than he was when we last saw him, and we don't know what he's been through. So, please, everyone, just I know this is a really tense situation and it's uncomfortable for all of us. So please, we can't. I say this like kind of in a low voice. We can't give them any reason to, you know.
Don't worry too much. I've got it covered.
Well,
I'll take
that's
care of,
stressful to hear.
Uhtred and Eldramon moving them. You want just concentrate on your own tokens.
Whoop.
All right.
I for sure hit on her last time I was here.
She
You may
tall.
have. She might be blushing, but it
I
might be hard
remember
to
it.
tell from her complexion because she is slightly purple.
Ooh, I wink at her. Great.
Like purple, like Eldramon.
More purple than Eldramon.
Purple like a Shatterkai elf.
No,
Shatterkai.
those
are
aren't
not
really
purple.
purple.
I thought they were purpley.
No,
Not particularly.
they're very ashy and pale.
See, some of the pictures I saw, they were like kind of like gray purpley color.
I see what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I will
they
not
kinda
get
have,
us
like, that ash
executed because
complexion.
Yep.
So you can see your old buddy Avonius at the far end, looking up at his throne. Then he waves to you and like he kind of walks forward, excited. And you can see another heavily armored person like staying near him. Elfie, it's been a while. It's been so long. It's so nice to see you in person. I'm sorry. I thought you would have grown, which is stupid. I realize now. But I'm happy to see you again. And Ollie, good to see you as well. Even though I do believe you told me many times to fuck off. I'm fairly certain. But I know why. I know why. I was a knowing teenager.
It's okay. Teenagers are weird. You seem to have grown out of it, and you're doing real good for yourself. I'm proud of you.
Well, if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of in charge of this place now, so that's kind of a neat thing that's happened.
Yes. Congratulations on your ascension to the Archon.
Yes.
position.
Yes, there are many things we're going to have to discuss about this. Anyhow, I'm very glad that they were able to get in contact with both of you to stand as representatives. You're the only ones I was able to directly vouch for the non-humans to send.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yes, yes.
We'll do our best to be good representatives.
I imagine you will be, considering, well, you're mostly the only non-humans I've met that weren't about to be executed, so, you already have that above, you have that with me. Sorry, I don't...
Would
why
you
am
like
I
me to
nervous
introduce
about
you
this?
to the
I'm
rest,
a living
to the rest
god.
of our party?
Oh, yes, go ahead.
Yes. So, where'd you guys go? Why all the way back there?
I don't know.
Uhtred and
Gary.
Eldramon are gonna go ahead too. Oh,
Okay, Gary.
Elfie's like,
This Eldramon is an actual Eldramon, though, correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
don't worry.
Yes,
And
he's not.
Uhtred, I didn't know you'd
Allegedly.
be coming, but good to see you as well. Uhtred, you'll be happy to know that this is interesting. One of my ancestors, about 1,000 years ago, he kidnapped he kidnapped and enslaved a dwarven prince from Incentium, and he helped design some of the fantastic architecture you see here. Your people really
Amongst-
are. Oh yes.
Kidnapping
not.
and enslaving,
Maybe not right now.
not the best.
Oh, well, he was executed shortly after, but I'll have you know it was an honorable death. But yes, of course, we can talk about this later.
Wow.
Uhtred's probably like fuming in the back.
Oh,
like-
yeah.
Like
Vibrating.
like angrily cleaning his glaive.
Heavy hand on the shoulder.
Probably. And who's this? She has horns, so I'm imagining she's come some kind of... I have heard tales that you had dealt with a succubus at one point. Is this her? I heard that she had horns.
Charmed.
Uh,
I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
Elfie
We-
like turns beet red, and then she's like, "No, this is myth. She's a tiefling, vastly different from a succubus."
Oh,
Well-
that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense.
Well-
It'd be quite odd for you to be traveling with a succubus. That'd be very distracting, I imagine.
Just a little bit.
Wonderful to meet you.
Wonderful to meet
Again.
you as well. You see the person right next to him kind of like makes a coughing noise, trying to get the Archon's attention. Oh, yes, I suppose I need to be fully introduced, and I haven't been fully introduced in the way I'm supposed to be. Well, go ahead. You see the large knight standing next to him unravel a large scroll, and he just starts listing all these titles that Arvonius has, and it takes like a good 15 fucking minutes to get all the way through. And Arvonius is just like looking really bored, standing awkwardly, smiling on occasion, like nodding at the knight to like try to make the situation not so awkward.
Ollie gives them a thumbs up.
Put the thumb down, or else he'll think you're interrupting. And at the final end, he's like, and the knight goes,
And God of all humanity.
poses it up, and kind of gestures to continue on.
Yes, so thank you for listening to that long introduction of all these things I apparently am.
Sorry, I'm not technically supposed to be this. It just seems like every other Archon was just incredibly serious at every moment and took all this incredibly seriously. But I suppose it's quite rare that, you know, a seventh born son would become Archon. But anyhow. I would like to know, well, I guess not. I can discuss this later. Would you like to see where you're staying?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect, because you are here first, you do actually get a nicer quarters than what some people were proposing. Some people were proposing that you were to stay with the animals, but I said that wouldn't be completely appropriate because you're all of different heights, and if we're going to put you all in the same spot, you know, Elfie's only as big as like a small goat, and I was like, you probably can't keep Ollie there. She's way bigger than a small goat, and you know,
Worst case scenario, I could always turn into a goat.
Oh, that's true. Would you prefer to sleep with animals? I do have
That's
many
okay.
council members who have told me that you would probably prefer sleep with animals.
Nah, it's okay. I should probably stay here with Elfie, you know? I feel like it'd be a really big pain to come in and out, in and out, in and out. It's a really big place. It's a lot of walking.
Oh, well, definitely. All right. So, this is the part where it gets, you guys are going to have a lot of decisions to make. But
Oh, no.
first I'm going to have to bring you to your place where you're staying. Wait, no, that's the wrong wing. Shit. It's the wrong
I'm not
part of the
look-
castle. Son of a bitch. I brought you to
I'm
the
not
wrong one.
looking.
No, you can look. You're not gonna see anything though.
Yeah, I can't see if I don't have a token on there.
Yeah. Where the hell do you live? The flowers are still trailing behind me. Yes, that is correct, because you're Druid Craft.
Benning Grave.
Benning Grave.
I want to go home.
Let's see. Archon Theocracy, Archon's Palace. Guest Wing A, that's where you are. God.
A for Archon.
Yeah. So as you guys are going through through his palace, he's kind of giving you like a brief tour of things. And put down your tokens first, so then you could see things.
I'd very much like to see things.
I imagine you would. Just like Erica, always wanting to look at stuff.
Complete opposite of Ash. Never wants to see a damn thing.
I don't think it's a want problem.
Yeah, no, it's for sure.
Ash, have you ever thought about wanting to see?
Yeah. Maybe
So-
not believing. And then your Veshling's like, you're blind.
Aw. So, he's showing you the palace and stuff, and you can see it. He describes that there's an arena within the palace. He tells you that just tells you like various different features of it. He tells you that there's like 30 different guest wings. That there's work on like another 15, but he can't be bothered to really do anything with those. Flowers anytime returns before to be removed outside the palace. It smells like okay, gross. The Archon shows you like the hall, like the wing of the palace that's yours. Well, you should be free to stay here as long as you want. I'm sad to say this wing of the castle does not of the palace does not have a tavern, so you will have to probably leave your wing if you wanted to go to a tavern.
So, my dear. Very, very long, 15-minute long name, Arvonius.
Yes, please don't do the whole thing. I have to pretend like I'm kind of it's a thing about respect for all the past Archons that I'm supposed to kind of take into account when my full title is read, but it's just...
So, Ollie keeps like a smile on her face while also not getting any closer. And she kind of is just like, are you happy? And is there room service?
Yes, I am quite happy. There is room service. There will be a servant that will... multiple servants at different points during the day will wander through this wing of the palace, and then you can just tell them if there's anything you need. But I am quite happy. I did want to talk to you and Elfie alone for a moment, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah? Should be good to...
He looks at Eldramon, Uhtred, and Myth. So, if you wouldn't mind, we're going to go into a room, and I do not want you in that room if you could stay out here for a moment.
Got it. Eldramon and Uhtred are my two favorite people.
All right. So, Elfie, Elfie and Ollie, if you could just go here with me.
Ollie looks at Eldramon and she's like, don't open any of the fucking doors. Also, don't touch the flowers.
Somewhat of an airlock system, so you just got to go around that tight corner. So, I imagine that you've learned a lot about Aronia, right? The way that he works, and about Vilronia, right?
What do you know about Lorania?
Well, Vilronia, he was a Veshling, which is something I learned existed way too recently. And
Valronia? Like...
the monster that you fought in near the Moloch a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But, in Aronia, also a Veshling, apparently. And I don't know what you know about those.
We know a little bit.
Okay, are you aware with the thing that they do when people believe in them, when they choose and...
Yes.
Okay, good. I was worried I was going to have to tell you stuff that would just blow your mind. But yeah, Veshlings just apparently are many of the gods in this world, which I did not know they were a thing. I kind of thought that my dad was the only god, and I thought his dad was the only god, but these other ones and they're Veshlings.
You want to hear something funny?
Yes.
It's just us right now, and we're good. Just speak freely or whatever. The god of the elves, he's trapped in a cave.
That makes sense. I have heard that non-humans have much lesser, weaker gods.
Oh
Wait.
no, he's super strong. Just not
but he
on this
remains in a
plane.
cave all the time, right?
No, he's in a different plane of existence, and his only way to get into this plane is it's like he's confined to that small space, if that makes sense. So he's not trapped
It doesn't.
there.
I don't understand how a god could be confined into a small space, but anyhow,
So basically, it'd be like you being trapped in this room, unless you were somewhere else. Always.
Then I would leave.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's what I said too. Okay.
Well, I don't want to alarm you, but so my family, the past Archons, and now myself, I'm somewhat in a unique situation because I met non-humans before my ascension. So things are a little different with me, I guess. So people believe in the Archon, me, and that kind of influences things in a similar way for Veshlings. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I am the combination of an ascended Veshling god who has a long history of being anti-non-human.
So, are you or are you not a Veshling?
I am, and I'm also human.
Oh, so that's weird. So you are an ascended Veshling, but you're technically a human?
Well, all my power comes from them, and I just wield it, and the belief of others in the Archon makes me stronger, makes me able to harness more of that power, if that makes any sense. But the Veshling himself that provides the power is influenced by my own beliefs to a degree. It's complicated, but I'm basically constantly arguing and fighting off in a super indoctrinated, few thousand-year-old extreme racist who feeds off of all of my awful impulses from my time being raised here with that ideology.
That does sound uncomfortable.
That does not sound fun.
It's interesting. On occasion, we agree on things, which I don't know how much I agree with, how much I'm actually agreeing, or how much they're making me agree, or how much we've combined into one being to agree. It's complicated. My free will is questionable. Right now, I feel compelled to murder all of you. But I understand that's not me, that's it. That's them. Who's also my dad and my grandfather and my grandfather's father and so on until the beginning of all this.
Holy shit, this is My Hero Academia.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, I'm so glad you get it. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Oh. But is he all for one or one for all? It's the real
Who knows?
question.
So, what I wanted to discuss with you is that as long as I am in control of myself to the same degree I am now and not completely overwhelmed by them, I do wish to be an ally to you. So just as long as I remain in control of this, that makes sense. I don't wish to hurt either of you. You've kind of became my friends, and you protected me when I was kidnapped by the Himoshen.
Oh, Templeton's doing really good.
Oh, is he that weird bear?
Yeah, he doesn't smell like garbage anymore either, which is nice.
He always smelled so wet.
Yeah, that's because I make him take a bath a lot, because he smells really bad.
Well, that's good.
But, alright, so, Ollie, looks at Alfie and is like, do you think there's anything we could do for him to keep his own free will? Or at least to check if it's his? Because, that's what I want to know. If that's something that you want.
It does not help that the people that believe in me are overwhelmingly racist, so I feel my own mind get influenced by their own perceptions. It's not right.
That doesn't seem like fun.
So they have access to your experiences, right? But they haven't actually experienced what you have.
Yes, they've been through. They've seen everything I've been through. Just they haven't experienced. Yeah, that's basically it. I can see everything they've been through, and it's as if they're really old memories.
How far back can you see? How far back into their memories?
I can see. The farther I go back, the harder it is for me to really understand. But I can see some pivotal moments. I could go back as far as the first Archon, when he merged with this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Arvonius.
Yes.
Could you do me a favor before we leave?
Oh, of
If you
course.
can see that far back. I'm not quite sure yet. I didn't realize how far back you could see, but obviously elves have a, extended lifespan, and I've recently had someone contact me, and I might have you look into it. Maybe. I haven't decided quite yet, because it literally just happened. But
I will let you know that most of the elves I can see that my other Archons have seen are dead, dying, or not having a good time.
yeah, I don't think you or any of the Archons would have seen him directly. It's more about, what you might know. Or what you and them might know, kind of thing. Or what you could know, and if you do find out anything, you could let me know,
Well, I've got about 1,000 years I'm able to look over.
It'd be a big help. I could be in danger.
Well, you shouldn't be in danger here. This is...
Oh, yeah. Surprisingly,
to explain things, this is somewhat my domain. Somewhat. I have some control over the immediate area around me.
The immediate area around you?
Yes. How do I explain this without causing extreme damage to the palace? Do you have any dirt in your pocket or anything?
Oh, totally. Ollie hands him some dirt.
Perfect. He puts on the ground, and you see the dirt immediately, dry out and then start glowing from, heat. And then you see it form into glass and just kind of spiral up into, a weird-looking glass wand. Or stick. So I'm able to do things like that, but to a much greater degree. I just probably shouldn't do that too much in here, because he picks up the wand. You hear sizzling, but he doesn't really react to it. If you look under there, you can see that there's a burn on the ground from me heating up the dirt like this.
Oh, don't worry. I got you. Ollie casts mending on the ground for him. and just fixes the burn mark.
Oh, that's perfect.
All right.
I would let you have this, but it is extremely hot right now.
Okay. Maybe just hold on to it, but I totally want that because it looks awesome.
Okay,
I'm gonna put it in my little trinkets collection.
perfect. Well, because you are the first ones, like, I just wanted to clarify some things just in case I do act different than how you remember. You kind of understand why, and maybe if you can gently nudge me in a different direction, would be quite helpful.
Do you want to like give us some kind of safe word?
I don't really know what that is.
It's
Well-
Templeton.
Okay.
Templeton is
if
a
you-
safe word? Is he like a component of a spell?
No, like if you feel like you're losing control and you might do something that will hurt us.
Just
Then
ask me
you
how
just-
Templeton is.
Yeah, yeah. Ask us how Templeton is, and we'll know that either we need to leave, like get away from your vicinity, or try to
Help you out.
help you regain some control.
I could
If
try
there's-
that. I do
if
have
there's-
one weird thing.
Huh.
One. So the what was her name? The tiefling out there.
Myth.
Smith?
I have like a vague memory of shouting at her. Does that mean anything to either of you?
Oh, so about that, right? Because she's a tiefling, and so she
Yes.
has some extra abilities. Right as we had crossed over the border, right, we had stopped in a town to like rest, and like.
No.
get some
I'm not
food.
talking about when she arrived here. There was like a point where I just have this is not a memory I experienced. There's just a memory of someone that looks a lot like her, and yelling
Huh?
at her.
What?
Well,
You know that. I believe this was one of my father's memories. I don't know. I hope I'm not just assuming that all tieflings look alike, but there was a tiefling that appeared to him in his room shortly before he died, and he just started screaming at it, and it disappeared. I don't know if this has any meaning to you.
what did he say? Do you know?
Get out of here, you sharp-headed. Lots of slurs, lots of names I don't imagine tieflings like to be called. I think he called her a demon?
I mean, I guess technically speaking, he was half correct.
Oh?
I guess it depends on the tiefling, maybe a little bit less than half.
Well, it may have not been her, just an extreme resemblance.
That's so weird, because, I mean, dude, her mom is it definitely wasn't her mom, I promise. Ollie just kind of shudders and is like, oh, God.
Well, I will ask Myth about it. I don't know
Yeah, we
anything
don't
about this
know.
incident.
Okay. Well, I do have things I need to do. I do have court coming up, and I need to do some things to avoid having to do it. I need to
Okay,
look busy so they don't immediately try to call me to do it.
Arvonius, before you leave,
Yes.
I have to ask you for my favor, and then a question for you.
Oh, of
Would
course.
you like for us to look into maybe a way for you to have, especially when we aren't here, to have a way to be able to check yourself that you're thinking with your own mind?
If you could find a way to check that, just perhaps.
Yeah, so maybe we can come up with something while we're here, and maybe we can give it to you, or whatever, thing we come up with to help you. Like, we can see about it and see what we can do. But then also, can you let Elfie know if you hear anything about Reaver?
If I hear anything about a... Wait, isn't Reva like the High Lord of the Ivory Kings?
Yeah, so, while we were all gone and we hadn't seen each other for a little while, turns out my family was alive. And then Ollie, like, quickly, really fast talks, like, gives him, like, a rundown of, like, what happened and that he had, like, Reaver had just found a way to contact her, basically, and that she was scared. But then that she also realizes that for now, this actually is most likely the safest place for Ollie to be in case he tried to pull up. Because in a not too kind, very Ollie fashion, she kind of told Reaver to fuck off.
This would be the first time Elfie's hearing this too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, there wasn't really a time to tell them because we had breakfast and then we came here and then, yeah.
Well, I will look into this best I can.
Thank you. Please keep it very, very secret.
I do believe I do. My father had some people stationed over in the Ivory Kings to observe the new developments in their government, so
Thanks.
I can probably focus to try to see if they've gathered any information.
That'd be helpful. And I'll help and see if I can figure out a way to make sure that your thoughts are your own.
Well, eventually I feel that I can't discuss this. I need to go. I need to go.
Okay.
You enjoy exploring your wing of the palace. This is, for all intents and purposes, this is yours, your property, this wing.
Oh, excellent. I do have one thing to ask. If we need to leave our wing, or like leave the palace or go in the town or whatever, it would make me feel a lot safer if we had an escort. Like,
Oh yes, one of the mage knights can absolutely escort you. Are you worried about your security? Because if so, I can appoint somebody who's quite high ranking.
It seems like your townspeople and your mage knights and just your people in general, they don't really quite like us. And, if you hear reports about any flowers that smell like rancid farts, no, you didn't.
Okay. Yes, I am fighting my own upbringing and my own prejudice against non-humans myself, only because I've met you both, and you both kind of took care of me during a time I could have been killed, and I experienced more. Most of the people here, they've never seen a non-human before, and the only times they've heard of them is stories of gnomes snatching children and replacing them, and whole things.
Oh,
There
Ollie
may
kinda
be a lot
looks
of
at
racism
him.
towards the particularly short races, which... best of luck.
And, Ollie kind of, like, opens her arms as if to offer him, like, a little hug or something, like, pat on the back.
Every compulsion in me tells me to not touch you unless I'm strangling you, so just, best not to... don't touch me for
Air
a
hug,
while.
then.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Well, best of luck in your time here. If you need me, just probably find me well enough. Enjoy your time here, and I look forward to the negotiations once the rest of the representatives get here.
If you need us, you know where to find us, or just talk to Elfie. And we'll
Of
come
course,
find you.
I'm aware of every single movement in the palace.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, Elfie. I'm getting the look. It's not something I can necessarily control. Like,
no,
everything
I'm just,
here is an extension of my power.
I'm just fascinated by this whole situation.
Yeah, you've grown up since the last time we saw you by a lot. But don't worry, anyways. All of her wrath will be, put on me just as soon as you leave. And everybody else's, because they hadn't heard about Reaver yet.
I grew up a lot because, normal puberty, then I suppose god puberty. Yeah. Enjoy your time here. You see him
Bye.
leave and head out. He kind of quickly dodges Uhtred because he's standing, like, right at the doorway. Oh, excuse me. Before that, he is gone. He did give Myth, like, kind of a mean look for a second.
Uh-oh. So, Ollie looks stealthy and is like, before you ask, I don't want to have to re-explain it. It just happened. So let's get everybody in here so I can tell you guys what happened. So I just
Okay.
don't have to say it more than once because I'm still a little.
It's all right. It's all right.
How'd it go? He seems delightful.
Before you guys ask, if anybody outside of the palace, and I only made sure that the ones outside of the palace would do this, if they try to remove the flowers where I was skipping earlier, they're gonna get hit with a puff of smoke that smells like a weird mixture of rancid farts and skunk spray, and it's gonna hit them in about a 5-foot cloud radius that lasts for around 24 hours. The flowers also can't be forcibly removed, so, they'll be there until I tell them to go away. But yeah, so guess what? Ollie kind of, sits on the bed and, crosses her legs, and is like, it's story time!
Ollie's kind of scaring me recently, ever since we got to this palace, because she was, so polite, and now this. But also
Yeah.
story time, yay.
Guess we're having story time.
So, first story, very long story short. This is to myth. Ollie can Karen, bro. Ollie can Karen the fuck out of some stuff, alright? You listen here, right now. I will middle-aged Utah
I know, I
mom
expected
with a
you to do
bob.
that immediately. I was really glad that you were acting mature.
Oh, I can act mature. It just might not be in the easy expected.
Story?
Oh, yeah, so I
Sorry.
talked to Reaper this morning.
Oh, the morning before.
The morning before, yesterday morning, yeah. Yeah, so I talked to Reaver. Not on
Beaver,
purpose.
you're...
Yeah. Yeah, so, I had gone outside to watch the HUD because I didn't need to sleep, and everybody else was asleep, but I wanted to make sure that those people didn't try to come back, and all that stuff and blah, 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 blah. So I was watching, and, yeah, Reaver decided to talk into my brain. And, obviously, brother dearest of mine, the bright little ball of brain cells that he is, kind of figured this would happen eventually, but I wasn't too quite sure because, kidnappings and death and kidnappings and more death. But he kind of wants to meet me, and I kind of told him to fuck off. He can also scry on me at any given moment.
Well, we can also do that to other people, so.
I'm very worried about other people doing that to us. Now.
Yeah, turns out that he's been doing it for a while. So,
Oh.
yeah. There's that. So yeah, that's it. How's everybody else's days going?
I mean,
Well.
how are you feeling after talking to him, though?
Ollie is high-key hyperventilating, but she's still smiling. She's like, oh, I'm fine, don't worry about it.
Elfie comes over and is it's patting her back, just take deep breaths. It's okay. Breathe through your nose, out through your mouth.
And now your ear. Well,
We could probably use this to our advantage at some point if we ever need to deal with him, because then we might be able to get him to come somewhere. To
yeah, that's
come
kind
to
of
us.
that's kind of why I asked Arvonius about it, because I kind of had a good idea. I don't know how good of an idea, depending on how it goes over here, but if it goes okay while we're here, and if possible, I'm wondering if in an oh shit moment, Arvonius might be able to give me something so that I could teleport here, or give me permission basically to walk through plants here, because he said basically it's his property and that Reaver can't get on. So
Ollie-
it might be smart, because I mean, kidnappings and Reaver and kidnappings.
I know that the sky is your friend. This place is still somewhere where they very recently and have only just sort of paused executing anyone that's not a human. I wouldn't be marking this off as your safe space.
I mean, this would be one of them. but also our options are kind of limited to Aronia, here, Aronia, or an entirely different plane of existence. So I assumed that it would most likely be in my best bet, because these would be oh shit types of scenarios where I'm separated from you guys. So this wouldn't even be you guys are coming with me. This would be like I need to go somewhere immediately so that I'm not taken somewhere where you'll never find my body parts ever again, or my remains, or any part of me ever, by Reaver. So,
And that would happen.
That would
How?
I mean, I don't know. Daddy Dearest had lots and lots of babies, and the majority of them are dead. So.
Yeah, but also, like, a lot of the siblings that we found out that you've had have kind of been, like, shit.
Some of them are really, really powerful.
I'm just trying to reassure you.
It's not working. It's me.
Well, I'm sure everyone in this party would protect you.
Oh, I know. I know.
Of course.
You don't want to see Alfie when she gets mad.
I've seen it.
No. Like mad. Like the tactical nuke incoming mad.
Hey, Jesse.
That's a scary mad.
Mm. So, the Archon seems very weirdly nice. Kind of. I don't know. He kind of glared at me, but he's been lovely so far. He really likes you guys. He seems nice.
His
Yeah,
safe
we-
word is Templeton.
Yeah.
What?
So, the situation with him, he's bonded to an ascended Veshling in a way.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, so he's got his thoughts inside his mind and the Veshling's thoughts as well, and all of their, like, all of their racist viewpoints and stuff, and thousands of years worth of indoctrination right there. So he's said he's in a constant struggle to maintain control over himself when he's around us. So, which is different from the other Archons, because apparently he's the first one to have friendly encounters with non-humans, which is terrible. But we definitely seem to have made an impression on him when
I
we
was
were-
such an asshole to him.
yeah.
He was such a little shit.
Well, he didn't really know any better.
Always just like, teenagers scare the living shit out of me.
So yeah, if we agreed that if he feels like he's losing control and that we're in danger, then he's gonna ask how is Templeton, and that means we either need to leave or try to figure out like a way to help him maintain control. Yeah. Though he did bring up something interesting about you, Myth, a memory that his father had. So he has access to all of the previous Archon's memories. Some are easier to access than others. And his
Right.
father remembers encountering a pink tiefling on his deathbed. Are you laughing because that was you?
No.
No, don't.
No.
Don't.
No. Yeah, that was for sure. Well, I when I found out I could scry on people, I kind of scried on like everyone I knew that existed. No, that wasn't scrying. It was my
Because scrying
but
doesn't-
dial a random god thing. And he picked up. My divination talk to the gods thing.
Oh, okay.
He picked up and he was not pleased. But he also looked like shit.
Yeah, because he was dying.
Did you tell him he looked
That'll
like
do
shit?
that to people. I don't remember what I said. It wasn't that interesting a conversation. He was a very boring man. For like the 5 seconds I talked to him.
Okay, this makes a lot more sense now.
Ollie looks at Myth and points at her. She's like, I know something funky's going on. I'm not gonna ask about it, but I know. My tingling are tinglings. So I'm not gonna bug you about it. I'm gonna bug you about it. But just know that I know.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to tell me if you're in danger. Or if anything that is going on is going to put you in danger if some things have changed. I don't care.
Tell you later.
Okay.
And I wink at her. 'Cause I just want to annoy people.
You hear the voice in your head. You know, she wouldn't be too bad.
No, I'd look at the wall.
Well, I suppose we'll just look at the
Hey,
wall.
what about
then.
I'll look at Uhtred? What about him?
No.
Yeah.
I'd rather not come back as a male dwarf, all things.
Especially that one.
Well,
You
he's got nice hair, but that's about it.
I don't need to hear this in my head, Lena.
Well,
he's
you've
dog.
got it too.
Ash
I
is
didn't
asking
think it.
this, not Ollie. What about a 7-foot tall, arcane mage? With some really
Who?
on the how does she move?
The guard lady?
The tall lady, that tall ass lady. That is a human. With armor that probably
Yeah.
weighs more than Elfie.
It definitely weighs more than Elfie.
I figured, yeah.
Absolutely.
I was saying probably just for shits and giggles. Like, come on.
Hmm.
Human,
To
7
cover
feet
your
tall?
bases.
7 feet tall?
What about
7 feet tall.
7
I'm
feet
gonna
tall.
be sneaking around the castle later.
Oh, maybe not doing a lot of sneaking, just because Arvonius mentioned that he is like acutely aware of what happens in the castle. I don't know how, but shenanigans are highly discouraged. I mean, I know that that's not going to keep some people from doing them.
Ollie
Uhtred.
Ollie kind of just like looks up and is like looking around like, I don't know what you're talking about.
But
Good to know.
just want to point that out.
All right. So now that you guys are here, I get to introduce the fun parts of how the capital works.
Oh no.
So you can, of course, go to a market, stuff like that. Your typical stuff that you do in a city or a town. There are various locations that you could try to go to. You could try to go to the Temple of the Archon if you wanted to. Ask around about this and that, about
I have a
how
question.
stuff works here. Yes.
Since ooh, go brain cells. Since I looked and I was able to tell what the potions were from
Mhm.
the dude with the potions that made people puke that I fixed this morning, would I be able to make them?
Yeah, you'd be able to make them.
How long would it take?
They would take as long as a greater restoration. Which I don't remember how long those. But I will
3 fucking
look.
weeks.
They took a while.
Lots of weeks.
Let me double check.
You have alter self.
Yeah, Elfie doesn't.
Well, you guys are like.
She's a wizard.
Oh, I forgot to say. So when you guys would have gotten here, the Archon would have given you like all kind of like official looking paperwork with his seal on it, kind of explaining how you are permitted to be in the theocracy.
So we have the Archon seal, you say? Looking at my
Yes?
forgery kit.
Oh,
lovingly.
God.
I'm looking at that blue fucking box.
Oh, got to give it to him. But I'm still not convinced that it's not dangerous.
Yeah, me too. And I don't want us to be the ones that brought it in.
Mm-hmm. I could try to dispel the enchantment on it so that we can open it.
You know, I could alter myself into, you know, him or the dad. And
I will say, Elfie would be keenly aware that that would not work.
The alter self wouldn't work.
Yeah, that would not be a way to get around this.
Okay. Next. Sorry, what are we waiting on?
Oh, I was just wondering what
I
you
don't
guys
know.
were doing. Okay, so to
Thought you
explain how
were
things work a little bit
explaining.
more, you guys, so from day 1 to 14, you guys got here on like the 5th day or whatever. So 5 to 14 for you. There are 5 different things that you have to choose from that you can decide to pursue or not pursue. And depending on how you complete them, I'll just show you. Show players.
Excuse me.
So you have 5
Ooh.
events to participate in. If you choose during the first 14 days in the capital, you can choose what you participate in, and you'll have time for 4 for sure. You will be able to do 4 no matter what. You might be able to squeeze in a 5th if you want to try to be super completionist, but we'll see. The order you complete them and how you complete them will determine your standing in the capital, amongst other things. Should be amongst, not among. But, you know, there's protesters, the Archon's Court, executions, Battle of Lich Bay, and Northern Diplomacy.
I don't know about you guys. I'm immediately on the court thing.
Elfie has very little knowledge of how politics works, so I don't know. Do we have like a general premise for each of these events so that we can
Yes.
get more information?
Yes, you do. So for protesters, the arrival of outsiders to the capital has caused many factions to form in opposition to it, and there are protesters just kind of all over the city. You would be running into a lot of them if you did choose to go down this quest line, and they may persist throughout the entirety of the time that you're there, starting with when you do that one.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Like, if you do that one early, they pop up right at the beginning. Basic idea of that one. The Archon's Court. Many subjects wish to discuss the negotiations with the Archon, amongst other things, while he holds court. And people will just basically go up to him, explain a lot of
That
issues.
would be so cool to
and-
sit in on.
He will need to decide, along with his advisors, which you would be potentially acting as advisors in this situation, the outcomes of different things. Executions, similar to court, however, it's just about deciding whether someone's gonna die or not. But that one's fun.
I hate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's really fun. Battle of Lich Bay, there is a invasion from Aronia in the east. Just kind of on the coming from the direction of the Isle of the Lich. That's just their area of approach. They're not coming from the Isle. And they just land in that bay and they are attacking. The Archon will discuss with you his plan on dealing with them. You would have a role in it if you did choose to do that one. A rather
Is that
crucial role.
happening? Is that happening right now?
Not right now. This
Okay.
is basically you choosing to do them, which ones you're going to participate and when you're going to participate in them. That's basically the
Mhm.
trigger.
Okay.
Northern Diplomacy, there is... So with the next month is literally called Archon, which is kind of just a holy month for the theocracy, celebrating past and present Archons. And they want the theocracy wants to have a kind of like a temporary peace made between just a ceasefire between themselves and the and Aronia, just so then they can celebrate this month before they have to return back to killing each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Hathis has a camp just above the northern border where a massive battle has taken place.
Hey. So listen. Hey. That one.
I mean, if we can successfully negotiate a ceasefire for that month, that would probably, give us some clout.
Yeah.
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 Well, I know the fighters are definitely going to want to participate in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Elfie would too. Like, why not? Executions is like bottom.
That feels
of
like
the-
it could go politically wrong very quickly.
it's like,
Either we abandon our morals and witness something horrific, or we stand up for it and everyone hates us. I feel like it's best if we're just not there.
Who knows?
I
Who
thought
knows?
they were paused.
Yeah,
What
there's
if
still
they're
executions
executing
that happen
cool
for
people?
specific reasons. These would be like more criminal executions, not just anti-human execution.
Yeah, because, there would never be false allegations to get people executed
Yeah.
because of any form of prejudice or anything. That would never happen.
Back on American racial history. Anyhow,
And I feel like being advisors for Arvonius and just in the general court proceedings would also get political really quickly.
mm-hmm.
Like, especially with people protesting us even being there, because this is so stupid to say, but we haven't like earned anything in from their perspective. There's no reason why they would respect our opinions at all.
Yes. We haven't earned our positions, unlike the person born into the job
Exactly.
Yeah.
who earned it.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning toward the northern diplomacy, doing that one first, maybe, or like, I don't know. Elfie does kind of want to do some shopping.
Mhm.
Shopping episode.
Yeah, shopping.
Sorry.
So we
Session.
could definitely like encounter the protesters first if we go shopping first,
Mhm.
or if we like explore the village or the town or whatever.
The protesters does feel like a very good opener thing.
Mhm.
Because it's not super intense. It's not people that can have you killed. It's just people grumpy.
Racist. It's just racist.
It's just racist, which is pretty tame for the racist town world.
And then I think northern diplomacy after that would give us an opportunity to earn some clout if we're successful in that.
Mm-hmm. So what are you guys rooting for today? Because I will say protesters is the one that you could probably finish today because it's the shortest one.
Mhm.
As far as lengthwise, it goes protesters, then executions, Arkan's Court, Northern Diplomacy, Battle of Lich Bay.
Mhm.
I feel
These
like
might be
northern
tougher
diplomacy
inside.
and yeah.
Was that Ollie?
Can't hear you.
Are you saying something? Oh, so Best Bet I think is
Typing
diplomacy.
it out because
Okay.
I'm like making the thoughts as I'm like typing them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like the ones that we for sure have to do is Northern Diplomacy, and Lich Bay.
Protesters is almost guaranteed to be triggered almost no matter what. It's basically you can try to deal with the protesters head on, or you could just choose not to deal with them and hope that how the rest of your things go kind of negate them.
I think if we don't deal with it early, it'll be a lot more protesters because idiocy breeds idiocy. And they'll all be vibing together. The protesters will have babies and there'll be baby protesters. And we'll have more protesters.
It's kind of how this whole country works.
Yeah. And I bet they can do that in like 3 days. They can have and fully grow a child.
And politician Ollie.
Ollie runs for president.
Oh, God.
I'm very unluckily actually pretty good at politics. It's almost what I went to school for, until I realized that I didn't want to live my life in a cubicle. But I also feel like it's one of those things where we're gonna want everybody hopefully here for it. Obviously it'd be cool if, you know, everybody would be here, but at least we're gonna want Eldramon to actually be here. I don't feel like that's something like he would want to miss kind of thing, because it's gonna be pretty important.
The political stuff or the battle stuff?
Well, both, but definitely the political and battle stuff. But I was thinking more in terms of like positives and negatives, because diplomacy would put us in a good light, right? But I could see why there would be some protesters, because it would be us taking care of it. But then if we were to take care of the battle, I feel like that would also then like put us in a better, like in a positive in that sense standing. The executions might lower that a little bit, and then, you know, either we have the battle before or after the executions, so either the executions lower it, the battle brings it back up, or, you know, vice versa. And then the politics, by the time, if we save the politics for closer to the end, if we can help it, I feel like A, that's going to take the most time, B, we should definitely have more lay of the land by being here longer, and then do political stuff versus just doing it right off the bat when we haven't been here that long, we don't know as much information. So I imagine we're going to learn tons of things in all of the other activities before we do politics. And those things that we might have learned might change our choices and decisions if we had done it earlier. But then also, politics suck ass, so if we need to leave, that could be the last thing. We can just scoodoodle on out of here.
I feel like there's no way we don't leave this place in a rush.
Oh, yeah.
The last thing you'll
Like,
do
we're
no matter
all-
what is going to be the it has to be the, what do you call it? Is going to be the negotiations, but that's on day 27. Well,
Yeah,
28,
which I thought that's
technically.
what politics was. Is that not what
No.
that is?
No, I think politics, you're
Oh.
thinking about the Archon's court, because the last people that are going to arrive are going to be the Red Hand Kingdom. Because of their distance, they're not going to reach here until day 27.
Okay, see, okay, I get it now. I thought politics were the negotiations.
No,
No, that's
Okay.
way.
Okay. Well then, my list is irrelevant. Dang.
But it was very beautifully explained.
Thanks.
yes.
My brain cells aren't, brain celling very well, but it's like,
You know, they're doing pretty good.
So that's the list that I would say also, because I felt the need to also make one. 'Cause-
I think I would switch out executions for Archon's court, but otherwise, I think
Yeah.
we're, if we leave the palace for any reason, I think we're just gonna end up encountering protesters regardless of where
Yeah.
we go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
The only reason I put the executions instead of the court thing is because I feel like it would end poorly for us if we went to the execution, witnessed the execution, said anything about the executions. However, I know our characters morally give a shit if people randomly get executed for petty crimes that don't actually matter, or they might have been framed for. But, I feel like it would be better if we tried to avoid it completely.
Yeah, Elfie definitely has a history of like trying to stop executions,
Yeah,
and she might get in over her head. So
it's not intelligent. I just feel like we're dumb.
To give you guys an idea of the executions, there's an execution which I would consider to be morally wrong. There's an execution I would be considered to be like perhaps a good thing. And then there's an execution that I would consider to be sad.
It's like baby bear, mama bear, Theta bear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this porridge is too hot. This porridge is too cold. This porridge is perfect. But with executions. Executions.
And also political ramifications depending on the outcome of each of these executions.
I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we go there, we execute the 3 people before they get to say anything. And then morally neutral.
Okay. Fun fact, in Skyrim, when you go to join like the Assassin's Guild, you get kidnapped and you get told that you have to kill one of 3 people who are tied up. And you do have the option to simply go completely chaotic and kill all of them.
I mean, yeah, because then you don't have to feel bad being like, oh, I spared this morally horrible person and I killed the orphan. You just be like, well, clean sweep.
You do kill a lady that runs an orphanage. That's different.
Orphanage women can often be horrible. Orphanage owners. I've watched Annie.
Her name was Grella the Kind.
Kinda bitchy. I bet.
Kind of a bitch.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I think protesters first just because it feels like inevitable.
It feels like the most natural thing that's gonna come.
I am inevitable.
I am Iron Man.
Ah!
So you guys want to get protesters done then?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Also, I also want to go shopping, like Elfie said.
Yes, this does allow you to go shopping.
Real. Is there any like paper and writing stuff in here?
Oh yeah, there is.
Ollie wants to write a note to Arvonius and see if he can like, because she doesn't have a way to talk to her.
Mhm.
She just wants to say like, "Hey, Arvonius, can you see this?"
You don't get any kind of response.
Can I see her doing that? Is it obvious that you're doing that?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna message you in your head. Just be like, yes, my child. It is me. What do you ask?
Ollie looks over at Myth and is like, "You're a dumbass."
Oh, come on.
Arvonius doesn't even talk like that.
Oh. Talk like what, I mean? Apologies, I had something stuck in my throat, y'all.
Y'all?
Y'all.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Nope.
I was just gonna see like basically like where do we go to get more currency, like in their currency kind of thing. Because I have the feeling that we're gonna get upcharged for a lot of things. I didn't even think about that
We'll
when
just
I
have
had
to
what's his
wait and
face
see.
give coin. But I also don't think we're gonna be able to like get any coin from anybody else outside of the castle. Like if there is another place to like transfer over types of currency, I don't think anybody else is gonna do it if we have protesters and shit. Unless one of us like decides to basically like alter self or transform or whatever the heck into a human.
You guys don't even know if it's going to be a problem yet.
Yeah. Well, we can assume the racist part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, if it becomes too much of a problem, one of us can dip behind a bush, change into a human. Boom. Easy. Like, hello, my name's Mary Sue. And
I'm good at everything, and everyone
I'm good
loves
at
me.
everything. Everyone loves me. The world revolves around me.
My mommy says I'm special.
And I am.
Every
She's-
past Archon.
She said life is like a box of chocolates, and you never know
My
which
mom
one you're
said
gonna
I'm s-
get unless you're an Archon.
And it's going to be a racist one.
All right. So, you guys want to go shopping and also deal with protesters.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I'm going to go pee.
Fine.
Don't fall in.
Fine, I won't go pee.
Fine.
No, I need to. Okay, goodbye.
Like,
All right, I'll put the tokens down while she's doing that. I hope that you guys were able to travel underneath this bridge, this gate. I did not make this map. This is one I have bought. Purchased it.
Yes, that is what bought means.
Yes. I didn't like saying bought, okay? It doesn't sound as good as purchased. I'm self-conscious about my word choice. My vocabulary.
Why?
I don't know. I get worried that I repeat certain words too often, and then I become self-conscious of repeating those words, so I purposely avoid using them, and it just becomes a whole thing.
Hmm.
Like how I try to avoid to say, to be fair, because I hate that I say it so often that I have to mentally stop myself. But to be fair, it's useful in so many situations.
Mm-hmm. Do we have an escort?
Yes, you are supposed to have an escort. Let's see, who would be the funniest? You know what? None of these people are particularly funny. I'm just gonna give you a mage knight.
Okay, she better have, or he better have, or they have a fully fleshed out backstory, complete with something tragic and also something hilarious and a very memorable name.
No. So you are being... That's not the correct token. You're being escorted by a mage knight magus. So they are like kind of a mid-tier in their order.
Magus?
Yes.
Because magus sounds like maggot.
Magus or magus? I don't know. I've only read it.
I think it would be magus.
Magus. Okay, so you guys are being escorted by a magus. So quite a bit lower down the ranks than who you originally ran into, which would have been arguably who is in charge of the mage knights. Was your first escort,
Gotcha.
or at least of the highest rank.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, you're being
I'm
escorted
back
into the
and I-
city by the by mage knight Magus. Magus? Magus.
Magus. What's his
I'd say
name?
Magus.
What's
I
his
would say
name?
Magus. Yeah, what's his name?
Oh, fuck. Okay.
we'll call him Mags.
Good old Maggie.
Margaret.
We'll
Tradius.
call him Mags.
There you go. It's Tradius.
Trades.
I'd pronounce it Tradius, but okay.
Oh god.
Also, I
There you
just
go.
remembered that when talking to the Archon, I did ask him a question, but I think it was something along the lines of, how does someone end up being to look so much like a corpse? Or something like that. It was something really mean where I insinuated he was real ugly.
Damn.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
you're just real mean to Arvonius' dad.
Dying old men.
Imagine being undead
Mm.
and asking
What?
someone why they look like they're so dead.
So the
Looks like a
Magus,
corpse I wouldn't revivify.
He leads you into the city. You had to go through like many different checkpoints. Excuse me, I want my goddamn citizens to be in the right spots.
Well, they're not. Because they're stupid sons.
Well, I gotta put them in the right spots.
Guys, it's important when bad things are happening that you're not a citizen, that you're a standisan. That you take a stand.
God damn it.
Yes, it's one of the ladies that I made.
It's a few of those spread throughout.
Yeah.
Hey, Erica, why did you make all the potentially racist humans absolute babes?
Sebastian,
Because I can't not. I can't.
I have
Nice.
a singular question for you.
What's your
Two
singular
questions.
question?
2 questions. Is that the kid from Black Butler? A.
No.
And B. Who made Hitler and put him on the token icon?
I didn't make him. Well, I did put him on the token.
I thought he looks like that guy that got stabbed by like all his friends.
That looks like that guy, and
Fucking
Hitler had a
Caesar.
baby.
I mean, I can see
Yeah,
why,
Caesar.
why you think he looks like Hitler, but it's not.
It's just a dude. Don't worry about it. So, as you guys come in, you see that there are a group of priests. The one that initially like bumped into Myth when he was leaving the throne room when you first got there. And he's speaking out about tradition, preserving it, and he seems to like lock eye contact with each one of you as you like officially really enter the market part of the city.
I wink at
And
him.
there's just a decent crowd around him. I don't have that many fucking people apparently to put down here. Commoner, 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 and commoner.
I know what you should do, Ollie. This is Erica talking. Cast alter self on yourself, but like make it so that you have like a set of inner eyelids that blink this way instead of this way.
So,
That freak him out so much.
oh god, she's doing it. Oh boy. And you see there seems to be like what is a head priest that's doing most of the speaking, and he points at you as you enter. The Archon in his kindness has seen that these things be allowed in our city for the purpose of protecting us. But don't be fooled, this is only a temporary pause. Soon we will eliminate all of the non-humans from this world, and we will inherit it as we should. As humans. And you see like they're all like cheering. Some of them are like yelling things at you. Some people are like hanging on to maybe some old produce, just kind of ready to chuck it at you. A woman is screaming about how you're a threat to the children.
Elfie is suddenly very self-conscious about how she is dressed, and so she's like trying to like fix her. Like she can't fix what they're saying, she can't fix what she looks like, but she can like straighten her frock or whatever. And that's about as much control over as she has over the situation.
Be engaging?
No,
You
I
see,
mean, I can't stop you, but I did not come here to have a tete-a-tete with them.
on this side, you can see what looks like kind of more. You can see a merchant. The rest of the merchants aren't really around right now, or they're like part of the protest seeing you enter. There's also a very well-dressed woman who has like, she looks like she has to be of some like kind of noble birth because of how many like different jewels that she's covered in. And she seems to be kind of followed by, like in the distance, you can see that she has like guards following her. And you can see that she's talking to maybe not as high ranking of a noble, but he must clearly be some kind of noble as well.
I ask Tradius where I might be able to buy some fabric.
You should be able to get it from the wholesaler over there. He does have some. We have used him in the past to create some garments that would be more conducive to spellcasting.
Okay, it's actually so smart.
Okay. Didn't know that was a thing. So he's talking about this guy over here?
Yes. Oh, I thought I
Then that-
pinged. I guess I didn't ping.
No. Then that's where Elfie's going.
Perfect. You go to him, he's like got a bunch of, like he's got just kind of just a wild collection of things. It looks like he must have just kind of bartered with a lot of people to have arranged his weird stock, because he's got lots of different kind of fabrics. He's got furniture there. He's got like a couple swords. He's got tools. He's got casks of alcohol. He just kind of has a lot on him. He's got various different kinds of rope.
Casey, are you okay?
Flipped a coin too hard and it hit the roof. Sorry.
Going
Good job.
to Yowicha, oh Valley of Plenty.
Man. Okay, continue.
Elfie kind of goes up to the stall. Is like the table and stuff like taller than her? Does she have to
Yes.
like?
Yeah, she have to be like on her tippy toes, like see onto the counter.
Ollie goes
Excuse-
with her.
Excuse me.
Ah, you're the gnome that has been invited here. Just use a box or a crate if you wish to see my wares.
Ollie slides one over for her.
Thank you. I kind of it. I'm looking for some black fabric and some yellow embroidery thread.
I do have that. I imagine that you're going to need less than what I would typically sell, considering your size.
Oh, they're not for me. It's not for me. I mean, I'm buying it, but I'm making something for somebody else.
What are you making?
I'm gonna make.
If
a
it's some kind
craft.
of magic, I will have you know I cannot, in good faith, sell it to you.
Oh no, perfectly mundane.
Is that honest?
Yes.
Okay.
I suppose I
Oh.
can sell you some fabric.
Look
Oh.
at the price, then do a conversion.
I'll be right back. And
Yeah.
I grab a piece of parchment and a pen, and I go over to Eldramon, and I'm like, Eldramon, can you I'm gonna trace your hand on this parchment real quick. Is he gonna let me do that?
I would assume he probably would.
Okay. All right. Okay, then I take it back. Okay, so, I'm making something for someone that has hands about this big. So, they don't need to be like work gloves or anything. So they're just decorative. You know, just to look nice.
And as you said, they're not magic, right?
Right.
Okay, let's see. Okay.
Oh god, my math. I hate it. All right.
Looks at you. I could sell you a yard of cotton for... It's only for gloves. You probably don't need an entire yard, but I can do... Let's do a single archon. How does that sound?
Sounds fine to me. Ollie?
Yep. All hands over.
Perfect. I would like Elfie to do an intelligence check for me.
He probably just ripped us off.
Oh, he definitely did.
Oh. Oh.
Uh-oh. Where'd the...
Hmm?
Where... I lost the...
Make sure you're clicked on just Elfie.
I am.
Oh.
The little token action thing, it's not showing up for me. Where did it go?
That is weird. That happened to Jesse before, too. Hold on.
Aw,
If
shit,
you
now
need
that
to
you
use your
mention it.
character sheet, if you go... I'll switch it to just the standard character sheet. And then you should be able to roll from the sheet if you need to. Allegedly.
If sources are to be believed.
Alright. It's, like, not bad, you know? Like, you don't think it's that bad. And you already exchanged the money by the time you realize that, like, a yard of cotton is only worth, like, half a gold piece. And each single archon is worth 12.5 gold.
It's fine.
Damn.
Yep.
That's
Elfie.
precisely
Elfie.
why I had him give me some.
And then does that include the embroidery thread as well?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
He ripped you off, but he didn't rip you off on that.
Okay. Elfie kind of sighs and puts the stuff in her bag.
Ollie looks around the stand and is like, "Get away from the well."
I just wanted to see if something was in there.
Do a perception check. Why not?
Okay. I gotta check. What if there's another trapped soul? Oh, I don't have the action HUD now. Fuck.
don't
Okay,
either.
great. Hold on. Default sheet.
Yep.
How do you do that?
You go up when you have your character sheet open. You should be able to click on sheet in the upper right hand
I'm going
corner.
in the well.
And then you should be
Yeah.
able to change it to default with where it says this sheet, click default 5e character sheet and then save sheet configuration.
Oh, okay.
Myth, when you're looking in the well, you're pretty sure you heard Direwalk. You thought that you could have swore that she said, it's all cheese, always has been.
It's like seconds away from Eldritch blasting the waterfall, the well.
Oh, do we see that? Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
Myth,
fine.
Myth, what are you doing?
A woman runs up to you as you're
Nothing.
doing that. Look, she's trying to poison the water
Beautiful
supply.
water.
My children use this, and she's going to use a spell on it. Clearly,
I wouldn't
she's enchanted
dare.
the young Archon.
No. But might I say, your dress is quite enchanting. Where'd you get it?
And now she
Quite
wishes to
wonderful
steal
taste.
my dress.
Oh, no, I don't have the figure.
These tieflings, they claim, apparently some claim that they descend from a common ancestor as us, but clearly you can see that they're really some kind of devil. Trying to steal our clothes, poison our children's water.
Just gonna look back at Elfie and be like, okay. Well, there was clearly one misunderstanding, but it was very nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Nymeria.
What a lovely name. big misunderstanding. I don't mean you any harm, but I hope I see you again soon.
Oh, I imagine you will be.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who I am, even, or are you ignorant of our customs and our high establishment families?
As
I haven't had the pleasure.
Ollie's walking up to go help Myth in case, but she leans a little bit closer and takes a deep, and she
Oh, no.
looks and she's like, have you tried to pick any flowers recently?
No, I would only have my servants do something like that.
Have a wonderful day.
Well, I suppose if they're... Be on the lookout for
sorry.
poisoned flowers, she says to one of her servants. Apparently this one may have something to do with any poisonous flowers that you see.
Oh, no. You misunderstand.
Don't worry about it.
You know,
When
children
we-
often pick flowers, and if you are planting those poisonous seeds all over the place, you're gonna harm a child. Predictable for non-humans.
I hope you have a wonderful day. Your children are completely safe, as are you. We're here on a diplomatic mission. I'm so sorry about the confusion. We thought we heard something that someone had fallen into the well. It would be very, very scary for, a child to have fallen in and hurting themselves. We were just
That's
over
not
here
gonna
buying
work. I
some
tried to blast the well.
It's okay. It's great.
That's not gonna work.
Something wrong, Myth.
I saw her about to cast a spell on the well. It looked like it had some kind of disgusting eldritch necromancy energy.
How dare you? I would never do something
Myth,
so
just keep walking.
disgusting. What?
Just keep walking.
We're
Back
not going
towards
anywhere.
Towards
Okay,
Oak.
fine. I could have
Yes.
seduced her. I just want to say.
Oh, it's just like she has a guard directly behind her. We can't start it, but we can finish it. So just
You see her gesture towards this guy over here, and he quickly runs towards her side, and they say something to each other before they wander back to the crowd.
did you not smell her? She totally picked a flower.
I do agree with what the lady said, though, Ollie. Kids are going to pick those up.
Oh no, it's okay. It doesn't harm those ones.
That's a very... What is this spell?
Literally druidcraft. I can just decide what it does and who it affects.
I will say that I don't think that you predicted children being an issue, so I'm not going to give you coverage there. Maybe from this point on, the ones that you walk around and make don't smell bad to children?
It was kinda just like whoever had ill intent towards us. Like, throwing and spitting at us.
You gave a description for it. Forcibly
Yeah.
removed outside of the palace.
Yeah.
You didn't mention ill intent, so I will say
Darn
that at
it.
least until this point, those ones... The flowers on
Well-
the ground are just going to smell bad for whoever picks them.
Besides, Ollie, either way, kids smelling bad, they're not going to care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of figured. All they're gonna do is smell bad for 24 hours.
When I was a kid, I got stuck in this big barrel of alcohol for a while, but the alcohol was poured out, so it was fine. It was just very smelly.
The merchant, as you guys are discussing all this, he sees everybody kind of eyeing him.
All right, you definitely need to get out of here before I lose my stall.
Oh, this was all I needed, so thanks, I guess.
I'm trying so hard to not be problematic right now. Best behavior. We're not going to insinuate anyone's mother boned a donkey. Fine.
I really
The,
wanted him to say.
Oh yeah, what's up?
I really wanted him to say, "You killed my father. Prepare to die."
The mage knight who is escorting you kind of shrugs at all the people like yelling and shouting at all of you.
So, how do you like our market?
Beautiful.
It would be more pleasant if, people weren't yelling obscenities at us, so. But other than that, it's great.
Well, it's hard to blame them after how your people have behaved in the past.
So anyway, quick question.
What's up, Myth?
No, for this gentleman. Who's that lady over there? Do you know her? She's
Oh, that one.
yeah, that one. The one that's not in the crowd. I want to get a vibe.
She's like looking over, like checking the garden in the marketplace and just looking over all the stalls. And everyone that like sees her seems to be sure to smile or wave or nod.
Does she
And
have like a
eventually-
tomato in her hand?
No. Eventually the mage knight answers,
Oh, that is...
oh my god, I just read her name.
That is
Lady
Helena
Whistledown.
Artvo. That is Helena Artvo. She is the former wife... Well, she's the last wife of the previous Archon.
Oh,
Is
so
is she the mother of the current Archon, or
No, she was taken as a wife after our current Archon's ascension. Well, not after his ascension, after his birth.
perhaps she might be friendly to us? Probably not. I don't know. I don't think so.
well, I mean,
Would it be? I'm addressing the Mage Knight. Would it be imprudent for you to introduce us?
I do act under the authority of the Archon, which does supersede her own.
it would be a bit awkward.
It wouldn't be awkward. It would just be... She is much higher ranking than myself in part of the Archon's actual dynasty. So if she did not wish to see you, and I was leading you to her, she could simply say the word and have me executed or banished.
How about this?
Without the interference of the Archon.
Of course, we would
Could she
want
have
that.
us executed or banished?
No, that you are
Here on a diplomatic-
specifically under the orders of the Archon.
Great.
What
I
if,
think
what
we
if
just go say hi.
What if you went over to her and told us that we would, or told her that we would like to meet her, and then she can decide if we can come near her or not?
That should be acceptable. I do know it's not technically the proper way to introduce somebody to her.
Well, then what is?
Well, you need to schedule something with her secretary, which may take weeks.
Oh,
What's she looking at?
Currently she's just
What's she
looking over
doing?
flowers and occasionally looking over towards the protesters and preachers.
What type of flowers? Are they the smelly ones?
She's looking at a bunch of lavender.
Okay, great. I'll just walk up.
what?
Yeah.
Is she just... does she normally... Oh, she's just going...
Yeah.
Could you...
Sorry.
Everybody just walk this way with me and pretend that you're not with her.
That's gonna be a little impossible, but you just hide behind the corner. It's okay.
Nope, I'm supposed to be seen with... Oh, God.
I'll
You
go
see-
try to get her. Maybe.
She looks incredibly surprised to like see someone approach her, let alone a non-human.
Um,
Does the Archon have a message for me, or what is this?
No, I apologize. I happen to really love lavenders, so I thought I'd come over, and we haven't met yet, but my absolutely wonderful guide, what is he? I don't know. He signified that you were someone very important, and I'm not familiar with the customs here, but I would absolutely love to make your acquaintance. I'm Miss Erie. Very nice to meet you.
Did he not tell you that there's a protocol in introducing one to me?
He did. Well, he
What is his
insinuated it.
name?
Oh, that's Tate Johnson.
Roll deception.
Okay.
Oh, well, clearly some lowborn appointee to the Mage Knights. I haven't heard of their house, of the Johnson House.
It's quite a pathetic name.
Indeed, very unusual. Well,
But
what is it you wish
is
to...
the...
What did you wish to say to me? Did you have a gift you're presenting to me, or what is this?
Well, shit. Didn't say shit in character. Obviously. See, the thing is, I have a lot of things on me, but they're not real. You know what? I do have a little gift, I suppose. But I wasn't expecting to run into you here, but my friends and I just arrived, and given that we're going to have very important talks, which I'm sure that you will be a part of, I wanted to make sure we were acquainted and to get your view on things. I hope us being here doesn't make you uncomfortable. Also, I have this ivory statuette I found. It's quite the artifact. Do.
Well, thank you, I suppose. You do realize how unorthodox this is, your method of introduction.
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
Well,
Let me introduce my friends.
I am Helena Artivo,
Mhm.
previous wife of the Archon.
How wonderful. That must have been a very happy marriage. I'm so sorry he passed. That must have been upsetting.
Yes, it is quite upsetting, as well as our only child also passing quite recently as well, so it's quite lovely for you to bring both the death of my husband up and remind me of the death of our only child.
Well, it's important to keep their memory. Anyway, these are my friends who are very shy, but whatever. Nice. I mean, or not.
Where are you? Where are you from? I know that you're not human and you are a
Alvandria.
tiefling, so I know you're from the east. But where are you from recently?
Recently? Well, I guess I've been mostly staying in Venengrave. Very nice place. You know, all
Never
things
heard of
considered.
it.
I'm not sure it would be your scene, but these are my friends. You may have also heard of them through the Archon invitation. Elfie
I've heard of-
Sparklocket,
I've heard of
Alvandria,
Elfie.
Eldramon, and Lord Uhtred Fireforge.
I want to use druid casting to make her some normal lavender like she's looking at.
Go ahead.
I can't find it. But it's a cantrip.
Just a puff of smoke.
You should just know Druidcraft.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure when I like cleaned up my sheet, I took it off because I thought it was in my features, but now it's not in my features, and I don't know where it's at.
Oh, we know how Druidcraft works either way, so you could freely use it for making
That's
a
what I
flower bloom or
figured.
something.
But I say, I saw you looking at the lavender. I apologize for my friend here, and kind of just give her like an elf bow type.
Peculiar custom. So you made the lavender bloom, correct?
Yeah.
Shooks at you do that. Oh, so now this one's going to be out of sequence with the other ones. Well, I much like to see all of them bloom at once, and at its natural points, but I understand you are of an unnatural nature, being non-human, so this shouldn't surprise me too much. He looks insulted at you making that lavender bloom.
I make them all bloom. Have a great day.
And now, perfectly in sync. Beautiful. Wonderful.
In sync, but not in
Great.
sync with the rest of the lavender that I've planted around the city.
Well, I personally believe it makes them more of a rare beauty, much like yourself.
They were meant to bloom around the time of my son's birthday.
Alfie, you need to talk or I'm going to hit on her to try and smooth this over. And it's not going to go well because she's racist. So you come here.
Elfie literally can't think of anything to say.
Hmm.
Like, it's total,
you're-
like, head empty right now.
I apologize. I am unfamiliar with the family tree. What was your son's name?
What was her son's name? Great question. But I do know what it is. Oh.
Heard.
Artonius. A good name for potentially who could have been a decent future Archon.
And was this... I won't pry, I suppose. Of course. I suppose the main thing I wanted talking with you was to get the sentiment of the Archon theocracy, because I know our arrival has put everyone off balance. But we are only here to help. And I was wondering if you, in your infinite wisdom and evident charisma, would be able to assist with our
Well-
lack of knowledge on the etiquettes and whatnot.
Well, when you are looking to speak to somebody of the Archon's dynasty, you would typically reach out to one of the lesser members or a secretary and try to arrange a meeting. And eventually, you possibly could meet one if your reason for wanting to meet them was of some kind of importance. Unless you're trying to discuss things with Gordius over there. It's rather low ranking.
Oh.
But what is it you
How-
wish to know about my culture?
Well, for one, I'm unfamiliar of... Well, I guess I don't know the system of religion. I know that the Archon is the god, but... I guess I'm just trying to find a way to help smooth over the angry crowd over there.
Unlikely to happen. The
Hmm.
head priest over there was appointed by my former husband, who was quite traditional in his views on non-humans. And he is specifically quite a fanatic of some more extreme archons of our past. Eventually, Arvonius, the new archon, will seek to clarify some of the memories of past archons as he interprets them, and the head priest over there will be great at helping him with at least some of them.
How wonderful. Well, it has been, again, apologies for the rude introduction.
No,
My
it's
apologies,
been a
yeah.
disaster. Do not try to tell me that this has been a pleasant exchange. You completely went against protocol and brought up some terrible memories.
Well, at least it's memorable.
Memorable indeed. And your name was what again?
Oh, Fable.
Roll deception?
It's not. It's myth. I'm sorry.
It's fable and myth, and you are traveling with Elfie.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. Well, don't be too worried. I don't plan on going to the court and mentioning your name.
Funny that she would. Okay, cool.
Well, Elfie, if it means anything, I haven't had much of an interaction with you, so I simply know that you originally did assist the Archon and rescue the Archon from Hemoshen, so you're still in a positive light as long as the next thing you say isn't incredibly insulting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Actually, good manners. Well, enjoy your time in the capital, enjoy your negotiations.
Ollie looks at her with the most just serene expression on her face and just says, "We will. And we'll be sure to mention that we met you to Arvonius. I'm sure he would love to hear that you're doing so well. You know, I'm so glad that we were there to help him to get down from that mountain. It was such a shame. He's a wonderful person. Have a great day."
Have a great day. Bless the Archon. And she walks away, looking at other flowers, discussing things with some of her guards and like some of her just massive entourage. At
Okay,
this
I thought
point,
she'd
the
be
merchant
cool.
is like actively avoiding your gaze as like the protesters and other people listening to the preacher just occasionally look over at you still.
And we are, for sure, super on the side of this bureaucracy. Helping them out. Yeah. I love this place.
Really? I hate this place.
Yeah, me too.
You can see that Elfie is like very like visibly anxious.
Tradius
What?
overhears you and just shrugs.
I mean, it's a nice capital and all, but it's not quite as good as some of the northern cities before the Aronians took it.
Hmm. What do people around here think of the ongoing war? That's got to be very, very stressful.
How extremist non-human scum are invading our territories and disrupting our temples and interrupting our ways of life and executing our young on the front lines, so they don't think particularly well of it.
Hmm.
But they're also, everyone is quite hesitant for the negotiations and to join up with your alliance, considering they see you and the Aronians as just a weaker version of the same thing. A less organized version of still a vile thing.
Well, that's an opinion.
As for myself, meeting just you seem fine.
Oh. Myth is gonna very hesitantly try and like pat Elfie on the shoulder, but also she kind of gets the impression that Elfie doesn't like her, so she's It's gonna be awkward.
I do in particular like the three of you, Ollie, Elfie, and you, Myth, because you are all magic users and you all seem, I can sense that you're fairly capable. And you're not exploding in magical surges constantly, which is what I imagined most non-human magic casters did. Or that you convened regularly with demons.
Well, I'm glad that you're wise enough and that we've reassured you enough so that you know that's not what we're doing.
Why are you wild shaping? What are you wild shaping into?
The giant elven-looking stag from Lord of the Rings for Elfie to ride back on.
What?
Oh, and she just exploded into a large deer.
So yeah, as you said,
And,
no wild surges. That was intentional.
As he says that, Ollie makes eye contact and leans down and like does like the kneel for Elfie to get on.
The protesters all look shocked at what has happened. And even some of the, like, clergy look like they're about to vomit.
Okay, I'm gonna do a thing.
Wonderful weather we're having.
Best
Haven't
not to
checked.
do magic, especially that obvious of magic in front of the clergy.
She sees the wild shape, kind of gives Ollie a pat, on the neck, and then just walks away.
Okay.
She's like,
Ollie
and
blocks
she's like,
her from the protesters.
she's like muttering under her breath, "This was a mistake. This was a mistake. This was a mistake."
I'm just
Oh
gonna
no.
move and block like the protesters' vision of Elfie.
Mm-hmm. Tradius kind of starts leading you guys out following the stag.
Are these people magical? These guys up here?
Are you asking Tradius that?
I mean, yeah, and also I just kind of want to have a look. I'll ask Tradius and I'll ask Lena as well, because why not? If she can
Lena,
sniff it.
you can tell Lena's looking when you're looking at them. I don't know, I can't just smell magic, but... God, that bald one is just so... irritating to look at.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what use I would have for him when I do come back. He's still alive when I'm back.
Wait,
I may turn him
is he
into a
like
statue or something.
annoying?
He's
What?
bothering me. He has a look on him. He looks somewhat like my husband, but definitely not as strong,
Lena.
which irritates me. It's quite insulting that someone could look like him and not be nearly as capable.
Well, now I want to talk to him because now I'm like, what if he's secretly your husband?
He's definitely not secretly my husband. My husband will never be a bald person. And also, if
Okay.
he is, I don't want to talk to him. I kind of feel like dying and coming back to life, even in this degree, probably counts
Like a
as,
divorce.
Till death does you part. Yes. So,
Yeah.
in case he has different opinions, I'm not looking to be his right now, by any means.
Shopping around. Nice.
Well, for multiple things, including a body, but also another body. For less direct reasons.
Mm.
Tradius
Oh
then
yeah,
answers,
dark-haired
answers-
lady. You think she's pretty?
dark-haired. Yes, she's attractive enough.
Huh.
Not one I wish for, though. I would prefer to see what the Moloch look like now. Considering they'd be my most closely related.
Don't say that when we're talking about people you want to potentially bone.
No, I'm talking about people I want to eventually be.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I didn't have any children, but I don't know if I could imagine my stupid brother may have had some, and maybe they assimilated into the Moloch at some point. Although I'd much rather not be related to him as a descendant. That feels irritating.
Feels like
If you
signing up
do
for the same
find
shit
anyone
twice.
that we can find related to my brother, I would like that we kill them.
Will do.
Tradius answers about the magic, if they're magic.
They're not particularly adept at magic. None of them would be able to make the cut to join the Mage Knights.
Hmm.
I think most of them are
Okay.
clerics. Or they're not any kind of magic at all.
Wonderful. Great.
I could beat up all of them, though, in case that's what you're asking.
I bet you could.
Any Mage
Yeah,
Knight would.
definitely.
I imagine they couldn't take a squire.
No, easily. They could definitely. Yeah. For sure.
All right. So do you guys
I'm
do
getting
anything else with
attached
the
to this man.
protesters? Yeah, I'm thinking you might. Do you guys do anything else with the protesters, or any more questions to ask Tradius? Tradius? Who knows?
Tragus.
Elfie is kind of going catatonic right now, so
Fair. She just dealt
Always
with
just protecting her.
absurd racism. Fair. All right. Then I told you this one was like the shortest one to do. The rest are like possibly multi-session quests.
Mm-hmm.
But
we didn't really like resolve anything. But okay.
yeah, that's the fun thing. Some of them start out like leaning towards a negative modifier towards like the court, and some of them start out towards like more likely to be a positive. This one starts out as a negative and is likely to be a negative unless you do some real specific things, like kind of, I hate to say this, selling out non-humans to be like, no, I'm one of the good ones.
Sure,
Which-
I'll be your token non-human.
Yeah, exactly. You probably don't want to be that, but that is unfortunately what would be the closest thing to making them side with you.
See, I was thinking we kill and bite all of them, and then they're all obedient.
That is another route you could have gone, which is extremely much more risky, I think. As far as Helena, I didn't think you guys would interact with her at all.
You put a cool lady there. I want to talk to her.
Yeah, you know, just
I don't
Worm's
care
mom.
if it's a social faux pas.
Worm's mom.
Exactly.
Poor worm.
Which,
I lost my shit.
Myth, if you remember, you watched Worm die.
I do remember. I'm trying to forget.
Uh-huh.
I can't give a shit about him right now. I have too many things.
Yeah. That'll be fun when that comes back.
It's
Okay.
not gonna come up. It's fine.
So you guys have completed the one of your things. You have 3 more things to choose from. I'll let you guys discuss it on Discord. Discuss it like
won.
if no one responds, then talk to each other at the beginning of the session, and I'll just prepare for everything. Yeah, but
We're probably gonna do Northern diplomacy.
I hope so. I love Northern diplomacy. Technically, that one is maybe my favorite because there's stuff. There's some crazy shit.
What kind of crazy shit? Tell us. Tell us.
God, just
Spoilers.
oh man, if I had to, there's a. If I was to pick which thing I was gonna have an undead related spell for. That would be the one. But anyhow,
Beautiful.
thank you guys for playing. Very much appreciate it. This is like an establishing session, which I've had like 2 of those already for this act, so that's weird for me. But once again, thank you guys for playing. Really do appreciate it. Be sure to check out Gnome of Invention on Twitch and YouTube, Gutsy Content on Twitch and YouTube, and Sharkbait0828 on Twitches and YouTube as well. But until next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hope everyone has a good night. Hope you have a good week. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Where's my ending scene?